another Monday morning. Wake up extremely exhausted. Try to drink coffee to kind of rectify the situation. It doesn't work. Go to work anyway because work is joy.
You sound American.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with the test battler in the UK and admin of the Battlespace English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
Hi Ayumu, don't you think I am more eloquent the more sick I am? Language hurt, but yeah, anyway.
I don't even know what you're saying there.
Yeah, I am. I don't know, it's probably the summer heat is finally getting into me. I even forgotten to have enough money in my account to continue my subscription of the German ticket. Well, it's not a problem. I just need to remember to buy a new one tomorrow. It's just the auto renewal is cut off, and for some reason they don't do easy. They don't give us any easy way to kind of like just get back into the subscription. Like the next easier way is just to wait until your current one expires and then buy a new one. So there's no way to just kind of like push a button and then get yourself charged again, kind of thing. Like they said in the email that if you wanted to continue your subscription like the previous one without like buying a new one, just call us. Like, what is this, 1993? That was the year I was born. That was 32 years ago.
You're old.
Oh yeah. Goddamn. But at least I can do mathematics. Well, anyway. So, yeah, the Rebirth of Legend has just been released last week, and yeah, some of the prices was quite interesting. Like, Ameno Torifune has the same opening price as its level 1 PP, which is just a comedic masterpiece in a way. It's a trash comedy, but it's a comedy in either way. And now I am sitting down looking at the 43 Singapore dollar Ice Creation Deity Princess Premiere.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, looking back at what was wrong in my life. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I can afford every single other thing. I just cannot justify getting a Premiere. I don't know. Also, like Toki kind of like pointed out that the Supremacy cards are actually like on the same price as their initial release. Well, especially Bloodshot Plate, of course. The other ones not as much, I guess. Well, the Wind Waltz and the Cavalry Slash was kind of okay, I guess.
Oh, Chivalry Slash,
Chivalry,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I actually haven't checked the price. I want to know.
Yeah. So now in Singapore dollar, Chivalry Slash is 12. Wind Waltz is 15. Bloodshot Plate is 60. So if we convert that to Great British Pounds as Ayumu's normal money is, it would have been £7 for Chivalry Slash.
7 what?
7 pounds.
pounds.
£7 and then £8.77 for the Wind Waltz and £35 for the Bloodshot Plate.
Damn.
Not too shabby, eh? The other three we don't talk about the other three. So yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's only Soaring's Supremacy that's like kind of like the bad one. The rest is like kind of okay.
Yeah.
In terms of like power, yeah.
Yeah. Soaring Supremacy is currently at $1 Singapore. It's not even funny. Like, it's just sad. But yeah, it is what it is. now that the Rebirth of Legends, the reprint of Legends, if you may, have been released, now we are finally can take a break. Except we can't because this is the age of TikTok, and if your brain is not stimulated with new information for like 5 seconds, you will forget that Bellspears even exists. So, of course, that was a lie. There's only probably one more cards that we need to show from Rebirth of Legends, which is Parvati reminding us that it is not over. Our struggle will never be over. And yeah. This is all not just a dream. This is all your reality. Well, I guess like the fever really did start to get into my head. Like I am basically like turning almost everything into a musical piece at this point. But yeah, I just really like how, like, depending on how you look at it, like this fluoride battle, it's just like, you know, that Pepe punching you meme. Like, wait, Pepe punching meme.
What the hell? Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just put it on the screen. Yeah. I think the others might not understand.
Okay. I mean, this one is from Reddit, and they were like using Kratos instead, but you get my point. That's basically the same picture.
Why don't you just go to Google image? What's wrong with you, bro?
I know, right? My room is too warm. That's a problem. Yeah, so this meme, I mean.
Yeah.
Jojo. What's oh well, anyway. That's it for the Rebirth of Legends, I guess. I mean, like, there are some cards that basically was just shared like after our episode, but yeah, they set us out. You can all see them. So now we're back at the anime booster, and we do have some good stuff now that we have the new Yakumo LT, which I think is pretty nuts.
Oh yeah. It's you can actually do like a kind of like a cross turn loop with what's that one called? Gossac's type flame art LT. Because like what is it? Yeah, okay. So you use Yakumo to to use Yakumo to summon type flame. And then type flame summon effect, recycle a second copy of Yakumo from trash. And just do it again next turn.
Yeah. And to do that, you just have to heal yourself somehow. Or just use your soul burst, I guess.
Yeah, it's a soul burst.
Yeah, it's you just catalyze.
About?
Yeah. I was being confused for a second there. But yeah, it was actually really nice because first you do get to summon a vassal or a heavenly demon lord from your trash that has a total cost of 6. So any number in that for that matter. After that, you summon Yakumo itself, and then if you can activate its when summon effect, you get to draw another 2 cards, which is very nice. Yep, and you get to activate the when summon effect as well, which is why the loop that Ayumu just explained is possible. Yeah, and then if you do have Dairokuten Mao as your contractor, and he stays on the field, then this card is also unaffected in your burst, which is quite nice in this day and age.
Yeah. Like so, I just find this like cycle of like Spencer going in and out of meta really funny.
Yeah, not
it's
that.
Like, oh no, we can't use burst right now because Spencer is around, and then like Bandai be like, what if we make everything cannot be discarded? And then like, oh my god, there's too much cannot be discarded burst. Let's make some overpower burst that can be discarded, and then what is it? and the Spitzer comes back, and then the cycle continues.
And the cycle continues. The circle of life. Purpose. This is what we could have got in Wild Spirit Saga, guys. This is what we have missed. This is what we have.
I do not miss this.
Yeah, no. It's a misery whenever it's like, okay, so my birth is unaffected, and then okay, so there's nothing that is touching my birth, so this literally means nothing. And then you fight against Iza, and then okay, so your burst effect cannot activate. That effect has to remind you that effect affects the player, not the card itself. Mm-hmm. So no matter how many protection your burst has, so this one has 2 lines in which you know that in card games, the less lines you have, the more broken the card is. Yeah. So you know that this protection is supposed to like already cover everything, and it will still not cover everything, and because you are not protecting the player, like that's the next level of protection that we need. Like, just protect the player. Just protect the player.
I'm actually surprised we haven't got that yet before standard.
Well, at least now the cycle can continue in standard, I guess. Just bring back all the burst cannot activate effect. Like, let's remove those opponent cannot activate burst effects. It's also it's kind of like one of those things that I guess kind of lost in translation, and it becomes kind of like awkward to explain. Because like, why is like not activating burst effects not affecting the burst? But that's a topic for another day. So, yeah. Next up, we have another Chishinto, so which is Chishinto, yeah. So, the Earth Deity Blade Potenta LT, in which if you have a white only Grandwalker Nexus, this card is unaffected by opposing effect. The set card, I mean. So yeah, same as previous. It has some effect to protect itself, implying, I guess, that someday we will have either Genshin or Tokichiro as a Grandwalker, I guess, or just an extra anyway.
Yeah. Or actually, it's very interesting because like obviously right now we don't really have any white only Grandwalker necessities that I don't know plays with Soul Burst. I mean, I suppose there's something with the Faulty family, but I think what's it? But I think Bridget charges for what Saga Braves specifically, right? Not the Braves.
Yeah.
Not the Faulty and Braves.
And Yamato Takeru is probably going to play with Rebirth. Well,
yeah, but it's not white only.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fine.
It's not.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. He's a blue. He's
a half
blue,
half white.
Yeah. In which we will visit him later, as of course. So don't worry about that. But yeah, Otenda is always feels always kind of like nice to have, just because it can retain your soul core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can put 6 Otenda.
Oh no. And yeah, just to remind you as well, LT, unlike Revival, LT actually extends the name of the card. So there are 2 different cards, so you can bring 3 copies of each generation, in which that means also if the original card is banned, the ban does not extend to the LT version. So actually they could have used that in that direction, maybe just actually like the LT is kind of worse, but like now it's usable kind of thing.
Yeah, they could have done that, yeah. But like, I think it's like one of those things of like, do you really need to make like a similar card right now kind of thing? You know? So I think like that's the main reason why we haven't really got those things yet.
True.
Because like, because you know, like usually when they're really broken, like how do you want to nerf them, kind of thing.
True. Like
And like,
imagine. Yeah.
there are some cards that like kind of like no matter how much you nerf them, they're still kind of broken, or like you don't really know what direction you want to nerf them. Like for example, like Lunatic Seal, how do you want to nerf that? And like I think that also in general, a lot of these ban cards, they just don't want it again anyway. Like back to the example Lunatic Seal. It's like, do you really want another deck that can lock turns, lock steps, and stuff like that?
True. Yeah. Also,
Well, I mean, we got Chronos now, so if you want to do that, just play Chronos. But yeah,
I guess so. Just move it to the late game, isn't it?
yeah.
Or,
Actually, I mean, even with Chronos, if you set up good enough, it's not even that late. Like, you can do it pretty quickly.
Yeah, actually, like despite like the opening being not really too strong, actually they're doing quite well in the meta right now.
Yeah, I think last week, like, you gotta remember that like Chronos, well, this set only came out for like a weekend.
Yes.
And then Chronos is already 3% of the chart.
Yes.
And then what is it? Something. Ice Princess is obviously pretty high. And then actually no, not Ice Princess. Izanami and Izanagi.
Yes. That's for that's a given.
Yeah. So Izanami is at 16%. Remy is like 3%, Chronos 3%, and then Parvati is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I already accepted. So yeah, I guess only time will tell whether they will try to bring back Magnemizer. Just make it maybe like you have to, like, instead of like how many cards got hit, like, okay, so you have to remove like a certain number of cards for it to work, kind of thing. Like, for example, for the hand discard to work, then you have to, for example, like deplete like four spirits, for example. So like against ultimate, then it cannot be used, kind of thing. But you can still like remove the card to the trash, which is still crazy if you think about it. But yeah, at least some bit of balancing, I guess. It's not going to come back. So like this is all just rambling of a guy who are having a fever. So let's move on. Then of course we have the Earth Plate. Now we have the Water Plate, Chuzumaru LT.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, yeah. So basically, instead of having protection, this one can be force activated when your opponent puts card into their open zone. After that effect, and then it also activates when your opponent hand increases. Basically, then you look at all cards in your opponent's hand and open zone, discard one magic or exile from them, and then after that summon this card without paying the cost. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't it nice?
Pretty damn good. I just like, one thing that I find really funny is like how right now, even though they only have like technically one burst condition, like technically they have more than one burst condition.
Yes.
It's literally like every card right now. I don't know why. I find that pretty funny. But like, it became a lot more useful. That's like, I mean, first of all, the burst effect now includes Axel. I don't think the original one did. It can also look at the remove zone, which I assume means you can also look at the face down cards in remove zone.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can also activate it immediately when they put their cards in the remove zone. I think like most of the time it's more like after they use an Axel or something like that.
Yeah.
So like it also like came to like a very good scenario where they use an accent and you just go like, oh, I want to use that. Actually, no, this one doesn't copy the effect. I thought it would, but like discarding will be really good as well. I think it's just like Gekia counter.
Yeah.
They
Pretty
basically
much,
make
yes.
it another Gekia counter.
Yes. Like as if we need other reason to make this kind of effect. It's just Gekia. Still kind of mad right now. So yeah. Now we have the Juzumaru LT to kind of like, kind of slow them down, discard their Ragnarok. And then now they have to kind of rely on their Angelia dying to bring back the Ragnarok. So yeah. Good stuff. And then we have Akeni Somaru Roku Tensho. So the 6th Heavenly Fortress. What was that again? Tainted in
18 red die.
Red die, okay.
Or died in red or something like that. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, basically the standard 2-color nexus to kind of like help you with your 6th Heavenly Rush. Also,
which is also really good because like most of the time the Ghost stack is like missing the red symbol.
Good point.
Yeah. But like I don't know, like cause like this card, when you only put it at level 1, it doesn't really do anything. I feel like I was going to say people would prefer Dark Tower, but then Dark Tower only changes the symbol in the main step. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see some use. I just don't like Nessuses. I think we are kind of like too spoiled at this point, but I just don't really like Nessuses where like the level 1 does barely anything. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Just like even in draft this will be, well, I guess in draft it's actually going to be kind of okay. Does it?
Yeah, in draft it's kind of okay, but like actually no. Well, I suppose it depends what's happening in draft. Because like I mean, you experience the drafts in Saga.
Yeah.
You basically just rush them to death.
Exactly.
Oh, you placed down Nessus? I'm just gonna hit 5 now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there will be that one game where I will have like a good first turn. Maybe just set I got a Toshii, red this Nexus, and then set down a burst that can stop your attack, stop your aggro, and then end my turn. Never going to happen. So yeah. we have the Hydro something Dragon LT, which now becomes Stone's personal magic basically. Because as with all Granoka Nexus, they have certain magic cards, in which if they are sent to the trash or they are open from the deck, like depending on the cards, they have different kind of different conditions, can be added to the hand, and then when you do so, you core charge one to your Granoka Nexus. And then this one destroys one Open Spirit or Ultimate that originally costs 8 or lower. And then if you pay the cost with a Soul Core, instead of 1, you destroy 3. Yeah.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah. Not too bad. You do have to pay 7 minus 4. So paying 3 to remove 3, that is not Lombardia. I guess not too shabby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, it's kind of alright, but I don't really know if you wanna leave a space for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be a hard push. Toshi one is kind of like way less awkward. I wouldn't say better, it's just less awkward. Which we will come to that later. So let's now go to the Heavenly Demon King God Sex X. I know it was supposed to be red 10. I just like to read it as X. I don't know why.
How
It's
dare you?
probably because you used to have this tokusatsu series in Indonesia called Satria Garuda Bima. And then when he got his upgraded form, basically they updated the name to Satria Garuda Bima X. It's just really like how they read the actor read the Satria Garuda Bima X.
I can hear the tokusatsu.
Yeah, I know, right? It feels weird because their acting is like somewhere in between, like right in the middle between like Japanese tokusatsu and also like Indonesian soap opera. So it's kind of like, so this feels like the cheesiness that I am familiar with from both sides, but it is mixed in like a very cursed way that this is actually kind of cinema. Did you know like Gakto, the musical artist Gakto? He actually like had he had a role in that drama basically.
Sure.
And then basically he kidnapped like the main character to kind of like give him like a beating. And then like the quote unquote heroine was like left confused, right? And then that was like a very like a very Indonesian soap opera thing of like, okay, so like the character is gone and then she has like a delayed reaction of like, okay, so like the character has been gone for like 10 seconds and then like she said the camera just like went to her and like, huh, they are gone? Huh? They are gone? Like very slowly, like very chill, like her expression almost not changing. Like her friend was
and you gotta have that classic piano sound. Dun, dun, dun. They're gone.
Unfortunately, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. If we have that piano sound, that would have been absolute cinema. But yeah, now the original God Sex that has been, for the most part, a little bit left alone to its devices. Now it's returned as a spirit with manifests. Keeping its original level 1, 2, 3 effect, it's unaffected by spirit Nexus magic effect. So previously it's unaffected by spirit magic. Now it extends to Nexus as well.
Crazy.
I know, right?
If you think about it.
Yeah, I would like, what are the chances you are going to meet an ultimate in this, like now? Well, I guess Java can still always return, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's still Java in the sector, yeah. And you know that new ultimates are coming, so.
Yeah. Isis.
I mean, we know she is coming, but yeah.
But yeah, anyway. He did give his 6 Heavenly Rush, in which if you have 3 or more symbol colors in your field, none of your opposing spirit, ultimate, or the Grand Walker Nexus can refresh themselves. Of course, that doesn't apply if you have armor, but yeah, still not too shabby, I guess.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. Because now you can summon him through manifest during the attack step. So if your opponent is more into like an early game, well, not really that early, but like kind of like their strategy is to kind of just caught you off guard and just attack you like a lot, and they don't really have protection in their deck, then you can just, okay, pop him out. Okay, now not only he can like block like the other spirits from like refreshing themselves, now he can also use this one attack or block effect to send 2 cores from the opposing field to the trash as well. So not too shabby as a defense, I guess.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's either attacks that manifest, which makes it like extra good as well. It also means that if the opponent's set up to finish you by refreshing, then you can just like manifest this out. You can't refresh now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Ice Princess.
Well, but then again, Ice Princess have like, okay, so it kind of depends on whether you do now the premier's price that kind of makes sense now. Because as long as you can do the release, then I guess Premiere is kind of like not affected by God sucks. They are going to just stare down at each other, not being able to return the others. Then again, God sucks being unaffected by spirit effects also means that Premia cannot use her effect to refresh herself. And then when the turn passes, it goes back to the refresh step. Premia doesn't have that protection anymore, so she will stay exhausted. Just like we do on another Monday morning. Wake up extremely exhausted, try to drink coffee to kind of rectify the situation. It doesn't work. And we have to go to work anyway because work is joy.
You sound American.
Is it? Well, I guess Indonesia is kind of like an extension of America in a bad way, but yeah, I guess that's what it is. So yeah, looking forward to how people will use Cortex in the coming way. Also, that also means that the Type Destroy and Type DN will probably get a renewal, so we will have to see how they will make Type DN even more broken, or this is going to just be a vehicle, if you may, for Type DN to come out, basically. Which probably it's going to be. So, yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah. Because also now you can kind of just attack, send 2 cores to the trash, and then like comfortably, okay, so now your opponent has 1 less core to play their defensive. So now they can only, let's say, rely on the Blizzard Ball in their trash, which will then activate unless they have 7 lives at that moment. Then you can just swap with the Type DN, and then okay, now you have your manifest back in your hand that can kind of like block your opponent again next turn. And also if things go south, like somehow they do have the out, otherwise, okay, so now the 6 symbol will just go swinging at you. Yay.
Yeah, but like, is it gonna be Type DN though?
I don't know.
Cause like you know, there's also like Leon Lancer. You know, so, and like Toshiya's effect, you know, clearly mentions Leon Lancer. I think he even called Charge Red Ultimate, doesn't he?
I suppose so.
Yeah,
I already
so
forgot.
I mean, I already forgot as well. Yeah.
Did you remember every single grain of rice that you have had in your life, Ayumu?
But yeah, I remember like one of the effects mentioned like Red Ultimate or like just like Leon Lancer directly. So and then like we know that because of like the numbering system, we know that there's no ultimates below the X-rare rarity. And we know what the X-rares are going to be.
Leon Lancer X.
So yeah, so if Leon Lancer is coming out, then it's going to be a double X-rare.
Oh yeah, it's a specifies Leon Lancer. And it also charges from ultimates. Yay.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. So, and like, they're not gonna be reprinting Leon Lancer, are they? You know, so you know, the only logical choice is that it's going to be the double X-rare. I mean, let's be honest. Does Ghost actually need Type DN right now?
Nah, I mean, like when I was talking about Type DN, I was talking like about like the old Type DN, like the one that we know and love, and ended up like, why the fuck does this card exist in the modern world? Like back then, like why the fuck does this card exist? Because like you destroy like one stuff and then like everything is just falls apart, and then like now it's the other way around. It's like, why does this card exist? Like they didn't even prepare anything, and now I'm just having to make like the choice whether like, okay, like even if I have the out, I will cripple myself if I take the out. Like do I cripple do I just take this and then like go home and like have like a nice meal or something, or do I take this hit, cripple myself, and then like struggle to kind of like try to win this thing, because like in the next turn like they can just do the very same thing again. What a beautiful mess Cortex has been. It's technically also like one of the more successful villain thing, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he did like leave his mark. That's for sure. That's like let's trace back from like the first series. Like we have Bashin Topa, like the final card is Catastrophe Dragon. I guess kinda okay. Brave we Geki had
It was
done.
kind of okay,
Yeah.
and then they also went the classic way of like,
Mm-mm.
I'm your father, gasp.
Gasp. Gasp. No, I mean like as the card, but like yeah. But anyway, like
Yeah, but I
Catastrophe
mean like
Dragon. Yeah.
villain. Oh, you mean like cards in general?
Yeah, the villain, the cards that the final villain use. Because like we have Catastrophe Dragon for Topa, and then Keki Hadan we have Kei Asura, which also pretty popular in its own sense. Also, like the impact is just a little bit too great. Like it can refresh infinitely as long as I have like other spirits to consume. Like you don't have to do that. You can like there are tons of ways to just infinitely refresh, but like the thought of like okay, so this guy is like consuming his friends just to get stronger. It's kind of like it's like a feeling thing to do. Yeah, as a villain, it kind of hits hard. And then like Brave, I guess like the final villain is kind of like Asclepios, which yeah.
Yeah, no one used that.
Yeah, it's kind of like yeah, it's kind of there. Like in the end, like because like you can't really how to say like you cannot really count strike form because like strike form is kind of like the rifle card instead of like the villain, right? And then okay, so what next? We have
And then
heroes.
people actually managed to win with Gaiasura, so
Yeah. Indeed, Gaiasura is the goat.
yeah,
and then
no one uses a Scopius, so
yeah, which is sad.
that's something.
Yeah. And then we have Amaterasu Dragon, which has not been released for like a very, very, very long time. And it was finally released when it was no longer relevant in the game, kind of. So like, okay, so this is a kind of there, I guess. Like you can do fun stuff
And
with
then-
it. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then also wasted the double X slot.
Exactly.
So in fact, it actually made people dislike it.
Yeah, and it's also like it's very awkward to roll as well because it is unaffected at everywhere. So like, but now also like we have piercing, so like that also doesn't mean anything. So like, yeah, I guess if you do have like a spirit that has like 25,000 BP, or like 500 million BP, I guess that kind of works. But yeah, with only 3 symbols by the way. So like, and it can be blocked. And it doesn't pierce, so like yeah, I guess the absolute dragon deity isn't so absolute after all. And then such. And then after heroes we do have ultimate zero first, right? Oh no, it's sword dice and then ultimate zero. Okay, sword dice.
Yeah.
We have judgment dragon is okay. That one doesn't even get upgraded. That guy is like just too strong.
Extra turn,
and like yeah, the design is like red on white as well, like one of my favorite color combination for like dragons. So like yeah, so really memorable personally for me.
Yeah, it's a very nice color palette there. Yeah.
And it transforms as well, like just like Kei Asura. Now you know the winning combination and Battle Spirits villains. Like if it has like a final level transformation, then it's the goat. And then what's next? We have Ultimate Zero. So what does Miroku uses in the final battle actually? Like Asclepius.
But it's the brave.
Yeah. Okay, that kind of
and
stuff.
Then it's brave to like a cost 6 random spirit that's only like of the rare rarity.
It sucks. Okay, so that's why it's so fucking forgettable. Yeah. kind of sad. Like Ultimate Zero, like overall, like the series was a little bit was fun, but like you get to the final and then it's like, okay, like the Three Dragon Deity was like so grand when they were introduced, and then two of them just died. Two of them won and they still died.
Well, I mean, in the actual lore, yeah.
Kind
like
of, yeah.
in the anime, in the anime, they're still around.
Yeah, they're still around, but like it was kind of like hinted that they die. Of course, they didn't, because this one is like actually like in a good way anime for children. So of course the main characters did not die, but like yeah, they were missing for like the three last episodes, or like basically they won, they were gone until like the final boss was defeated, and then they finally got back, basically. Yeah. But yeah, and then we have Burning Soul, which is Cossacks, which we are currently fawning over. And then we have Double Drive.
Useless card. Utterly useless.
Yeah, he has the final.
How you an ultimate is still being useless? Jeez.
I know, right? And it has Soul Drive as well, so it's kind of like, yeah.
No.
Does it have Soul Drive?
No, it doesn't.
No.
But it's more like the Athens condition.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Soul Drive, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a transformation as well.
Here's a fun fact. You know, when we say like so the game itself never used the wording sending soul core to void. It's always banishing the soul core. And because basically the indication is that it doesn't go back to the void, which also means you cannot take it back for like the rest of the game. But like, obviously, like in the actual game, you just dump your core back to the void. But like technically, in terms of the game, it never went to the void. It's literally vanished.
That went to the same place where your cards goes, which is like the paper shredder. paper shredder, but like
But yeah, you swallow it because it's a gummy bear.
Oh no! Don't actually do that. That's glass inside. Like they do in their packaging information state that the core have like some degree of glass inside. So like you should not ingest your cores for real. But yeah, it was just funny. Like in the anime, they do have like all sorts of ways to kind of like just literally destroy like the soul core. Like Kenshin, for some reason, he can, with a snap of finger, just Thanos snap his soul core out of the way. Toshie literally burns his soul core. I think, who's that purple guy again? Tengen. Yes, Tengen, right? Anyway.
I think you mean the Mudo user,
Yeah,
right?
The Mudo user, yes.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think he crushed it with his hands.
Crushed it. Yeah, he just crushed it with his bare hands.
Again, it has glass. But like even if it's plastic, like the shards will still hurt you, so please don't do that. Don't burn it as well. It's plastic, it's going to be toxic. Oh my god. That's like now the more we think about it, like it's just sometimes anime was there for the effect, so we don't really consider the health and safety thing about it, and now we know that even Kenshin standing into the heavens is kind of
I mean, they literally have giant flying machines while they're playing.
Yeah, and then you also get pushed back if you lose any life, by the way. So like you can fall, like, and I think like who was it again? I think Soon actually like dropped headfirst from her plane, right?
When she lost, and then she got sent to the hospital.
Of course. And I think like Karetsugo, so like when he was fighting Toshie, like he was so stressed like by the fight that when he lost, like he basically just dropped. Like I think, like I guess like you do like it is to some degree sport. So like if you do stress yourself, kind of like to psych yourself up, like you can probably just do that out of the stress. So like yeah. always rest well, guys. Remember, as much as it is a competition, it's also just a game. If you stress yourself too much, you will then be able to perform that well anyway. So yeah, just relax.
Yep.
Remember that if you lose, that decadent Panda Express meal is still waiting for you. If that doesn't interest you, then all for the better. You shouldn't be interested or basically like sustained by the idea of a Panda Express dinner. That's really sad. Yep. Oh well.
I heard enough about Panda Express in my job.
How was it?
I've talked about it before. It was bad.
I see.
And I'm getting chased by Hawkling right now. Minecraft.
Yay. Because you know what, actually, like one of my friend, he said that when he and his family like went to the US,
Yeah.
like basically they survive on Panda Express because they do have like a really large portion. So basically they just shared the meal between like 4 people.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, some people do that. But I guess like it kind of depends on what is your goal in like your holiday, right? Sometimes people do wanted to focus on spending on like activities and such, so they do cut back like really much, a lot of like their food stuff. And that's also like why Airbnb is so popular, right? Because you do have like some Airbnb, you do have access to the kitchen, so then you can kind of like cut back on cost by like cooking your own food to some degree.
Yeah. Yeah, which is what my mom does. Like when she comes over, she always book for Airbnb. Rarely hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, because I travel alone, I always book the hotel because I want to be pampered. It's the only 3 days where I don't want to like wake up, look at my floor, and then like I have to wipe them today. Like today, I finally like took some time to clean up my floors, and yeah, it was a trial in this heat. I wish I could have done that in like an air conditioned room instead. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what I have. So yeah. Anyway, we do have like the new Rebirth Extra from, I guess, like the new. I think like it's a new Ulrika Green Granocon Access, isn't it? Yeah, the one who will be playing with the tokens.
Yom Tax, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a kind of like a parasite thing, isn't it? My friend was kind of like excited because it does look like a tiger, so I was like, "Ooh, Blade Beast."
I think it's going to be a new family.
Yeah.
Actually, no. It might be Blade.
I mean, it's Ulrika.
Blade.
Yeah. I mean, it's Ulrika. So Ulrika usually like does support like the older families. Yeah. Now that you mention it, like Blade Beast kind of makes sense just because Kukulkan does also support Dark Snake. And and then even if it does come with the Blade Beast package, like you still can't bring like Hermes on the same deck anyway, just because they are both contractors.
Yeah, there's probably like some restrictions in it. No, I mean, let's be honest. We're not worried about the contractors. We're worried about the cards, the spirits. You know, but I suspect like there will be some restrictions in how to use them and stuff like that.
True. Also, they will also in Ulrika fashion, their level 2 effect will probably be something. Oh well, actually, I want to say that, but like the contractors all broke that contract, so like it wouldn't happen. But yeah, kind of will be because like I think like Green we do have like Parasite family, right?
Oh yes, we do. Yeah, but like, it's not exactly Parasite. It's like it's more like called Strange Insect, but you know, it's Bandai.
Mm-mm.
The English are fucking shit.
Mm-mm.
and they couldn't find a word for strange insect because it's literally a made up word.
Mm-mm.
And so they're like, yeah, it's parasite.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, even if it's strange insect, it's kind of cool, isn't it? Like, okay, so this was like originally just an insect, but they took over like the body of like a great tiger.
Yeah, but this is a fungi, isn't it?
True. Is it? True. Oh yeah, yeah. Because like their main thing is like they use like the 3 tokens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not 3. I
Mm-mm.
think they literally said it's fungi. It's a fungi
Okay.
token.
Fungi token.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's actually like a pretty like lore wise. I think it's a pretty nice concept. Like just having like this mushrooms take over like the body of like really big animals.
Actually, that reminds me. I don't know if it's like a coincidence or
Mm-mm.
like they kind of take inspirations from each other.
Mm-mm.
But like recently, I'm like playing Fate Grand Order,
Mm-mm.
and then the people saw Quetzalcoatl,
Mm-mm.
and then in Fate, Quetzalcoatl is female
Mm-mm.
as usual.
Mm-mm. Yes.
And then like the master question, why I thought Quetzalcoatl is like male, why is she female? And then Ishtar explained,
Mm-mm.
don't ask me why Ishtar is there, it's fate.
Mm-mm.
You oh my god, that reminds me of one comment, but I'll talk about that
Mm-mm.
later. But like yeah, and then Ishtar explained that it's because the so-called gods,
Mm-mm.
that's the Mayan called these
Mm-mm.
people, are actually basically humans possessed by microorganisms from outer space.
Okay.
And then when the human they possess dies, they just move to like a new human,
Mm-mm.
kind of like a parasite.
Mm-mm.
And then so it just so happened that like the Quetzalcoatl appear before them, is like currently possessing a woman, which is why she appears as a female in front of them.
Mm-mm.
And it's like, what the hell is this law?
Mm.
And then I told my friend, and they told me, it's not just Quetzalcoatl, it's literally every Aztec Mayan gods that they gave the settings. Like, what the fuck?
Damn.
I mean, that's kind of some big brain moves just to convince something to be a girl, but still,
Mm-mm. It kind of works.
it kind of works.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just simping over a microorganism.
Oh no. Ayumu has gone too far. So yeah, before he went.
I was reminded of another comment, because so before the current chapter that I'm reading, the previous chapter is about Master and the servants going to 12th century Jerusalem to like fix the error, because supposedly so like in the actual history there was like a crusade. Is it supposedly succeeded or failed? I can't remember. I'm asking you.
Oh, it's failed.
It failed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so like, apparently there's like something wrong with like that era, which is like the whole story about Fate's Grand Order is that they go back to the previous era, because apparently someone time travel and did some bullshit things, and then like now everything is wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then so they went to Jerusalem and then discovered that Jerusalem is gone, literally gone. So like the Crusaders did fail, so it's not occupied by the Crusaders, but like the Jerusalem is gone. Why? Because the Round Table was there.
Okay.
But you gotta remember, this is 12th century Jerusalem. Round Table was in 5th to 6th century. So they literally should not be there, because they should be all dead. And then besides that, somehow besides the supposedly spot where Jerusalem was, there was a huge ass desert being summoned with Ozymandias sitting in there. And remember, Ozymandias existed before Jesus Christ was born. So he shouldn't be there. and then what's even better is like during that arc, who was it? Well, Mordred was part of the round table, so she was there. Yes, Mordred's a girl in Fate, so she. And then also, but Sanzang was also summoned into that era. So as in like the monk from Journey to the West. So someone commented on YouTube and said that, what an age I'm living in to watch a Chinese monk and a British knight fighting on the pyramid situated in Jerusalem.
Yes.
What a crazy day we're living in.
Exactly. I was listening to that and I was like,
I love Fate.
Yeah. I had like the galaxy brain moment.
Yeah. Yeah, so did I when I was reading that comment.
What a time indeed. Because, yeah.
Oh, actually, recently, I've started a new rabbit hole called Persona.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not playing it myself because I'm fucking poor. But I am watching people play, and so far I'm quite enjoying it. It's a lot more grinding than I expected. It's actually I mean, maybe because I haven't been too far into the story. But like the series, the YouTuber that I'm watching right now, I'm like on episode 7, and each episode is like an hour long. Like he literally timed it to be around an hour long every episode. So that's like 6 to 7 hours of gameplay. And we barely got into the story. It feels more. It feels more like a sim life kind of game actually.
Oh yeah,
like,
it is.
Oh yeah, you played the game before. I actually can't remember.
Actually, I played. So I finished Persona 4. I played 3 halfway.
Okay.
Yeah, and then.
Did you play the original 3 or did you play Reload?
Original 3.
I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter either way. Like the settings should be the same.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, they explained that like you can only manifest persona because by like the social links, like basically bonding with like the other people you know.
Yep.
So like the whole game is very slice of life because you gotta raise the bonding with other people, and it literally feels more like a dating sim.
Oh yeah.
Because after I started watching, I realized you can actually romance a few female characters, or like a lot of female characters in the game as well, and like you have to choose paths and everything like that. It's like what the hell?
Oh yeah, because if you play like the Persona 3 has a spin-off called Persona 3 Portable. What is different is of course what is different is of course one it is like a lot of like the animation is cut off because that's for the PSP. So of course it doesn't have like the same processing power as the PS2. Yeah. But also you can play as a girl.
Oh.
So in which?
Oh yeah, I heard people mentioning like a female protagonist kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then not only now that you can date like the guys, like there is actually like one plot point that actually can change if you do play as the girl and raise the social link of that particular person. But yeah, since you are still enjoying like the thing, I will let you enjoy the thing.
Yeah, I don't think Reload has like the female protagonist anyway. But like I think they literally only have the male one, which like apparently he's called Makoto officially.
Yeah, Makoto,
yeah. But like I suppose usually people just refer him as protagonist.
Protagonist. Because those names actually usually comes from like a much later promotional material, such as like the movie or the anime. Because now it's an anime, they have to have a name, right? Like they have to refer like the main character as something.
Oh yeah, they have an anime.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they do have it as a movie, so I think it's like a 4-part movie or something. For Persona 3.
Oh.
Like Persona 4 and
Maybe-
Persona 5, as I know, they do have like a full length, like a 26 episode anime.
Maybe I should have just watched the movie.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
going.
it's
It's
2013 though.
yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying people. I'm enjoying watching people playing the game. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll just continue that for now.
Yeah, I mean like the way, the way like because the media is different. Obviously, like gaming and movie are like two different media. I think like you can still like probably like finish this playthrough first and then watch the movie, and you can still like experience it differently because like
Yeah.
there are some angles that is possible in games but like not possible in like movies. So like they're like this, even though the story is the same, like the way they deliver it is kind of like different. So like yeah, it kind of like, I think like the reception for the Persona 3 movie is kind of like also kind of mixed because I mean like there are some things that you just can't explain well like in the motion picture kind of like format, the way you do it, like actual like immersive storytelling like through your actions in the game, right? Also of course like with the movie format, like you do focus more on like the main story itself, not really like the filler part where you have to actually like grind yourself, because you do have like, you have to like actually like grow your muscles and everything, grow your charisma, study. you are playing the game to escape the fact that you are a miserable high school student back then.
Oh
And
yeah,
you got instantly reminded that you have to study to be popular. Like fuck this game, man.
Yeah, it's what is it? I find, because I know it's like part of the dialogues, but part of the game system.
Mm-mm.
And then actually, to be fair, it kind of makes sense in Persona.
Yeah.
But like, it's really funny every time like you went back to the dorm,
Mm-mm.
and then the characters like tell you it's getting late, go to sleep.
Mm-mm. I know, right?
It's like it was like in a real life setting. You would just feel like you're like unlike like people see you like, yeah, I don't want to see you, go to sleep or something like that.
I know, right? Like which is also reminds me, like I'm currently playing Rune Factory, right? Like they previously do have like some kind of like penalty if you stay up late, so like after 12 p.m. in game. But like eventually you will have developed this kind of like skill tree called sleeping, in which if you raise it like high enough, like you literally don't need any sleep. You literally just need to sleep like 1 minute before the day changes. But just like the day, like the in-game day starts at 6 a.m. right? Like even if you sleep like at like 5:59, your character will wake up fully recovered and fully refreshed.
Yeah.
So that's what I usually do. So basically I just extend my gameplay from like 18 hours in game to like 23 hours in game basically. So yeah, but like in Azuma, to make sure that you can't do that, once you hit like 12 p.m, you get a debuff that you cannot remove, or at least like I don't know how to remove it yet, and I'm not invested enough to kind of like find out how to remove that. But this debuff will like continually like decrease your HP and MP. So like basically, and then if your HP drops to 0 while you are at this, you have this debuff, then you get like an extra penalty when you wake up basically. So I think you wake up later and then you do get like another debuff kind of thing. And also they kind of wanted to remind you that if you sleep, then you kind of like help your brain to kind of like organize the information that you get like during the day, right? Like they implemented that in game as this thing called like the all-purpose experience. So you control like what you want to learn in the game, right? And then like basically based on what you do, you gain like this amount of experience that will be given to you at the end of the day. And then staying up late or like getting defeated in battle basically reduces the amount of the experience that you get basically. But you lose but you lose like 20 for like staying up late and 10 for like dying, and you get like 300 every day. So like that kind of barely matters. So, yeah. But anyway, in Persona 4, if I if I am going to spoil you one thing, like the most hype battle in Persona 4 is actually not against like the bosses. It's actually the most hype battle is when you finally go to that Udon shop and you basically have enough courage and intellect and strength to finish this giant mega Udon bowl. It's like I think like 5 kilograms of food or something, and it's basically it's just textual, right? Like there's not even an animation where you actually like finish the meal and everything. It's like it's still the hypest shit ever.
I heard that Persona 4 is like relatively chill in comparison.
Oh yeah, it's very chill. It's very chill. That's like
the only thing that I know about Persona 4 is like that one music and like the guy just like dancing. Because I can't remember. I can't remember if it was like a fan animation or it was like official. But like there's like a dance animation of Coronet doing that. Like Coronet from Hololive, yeah.
That kind of checks
like,
out.
That's some groovy music. It's like in my playlist now.
Oh yeah. Persona music are really groovy.
Oh yeah, like even Persona 3, I'm actually really surprised that like most of the what do you call it? Most of the OSTs actually have vocals in it.
Oh yeah.
And like I didn't realize that like one of the music that I've been listening to is actually like a battle music. What the hell?
baby. Yeah.
It's what's it called? Let me try to find it. I know Full Moon Full Life is the opening song. Oh, it's Going Down Now. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about. But like
Oh no.
It's a I can't remember most part actually.
Oh yeah, actually, since you are saying that you wanted to try out Persona, but you don't have that much money. If you don't really care about like the newest, I guess you don't care about like the newest graphic and everything, right? Like so, Persona 4.
I mean, I literally played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet without any complaints. I was like, this is like the best story ever, and people was like, oh, the graphic is so bad. It was like, and there's like, was there even a problem with the graphics?
True. I mean, I lived through the PS1 and PS2 era, so like barely any graphics will make me feel like this is unplayable because the graphic is so bad.
It's like some people are like, oh my god, if you zoom in, everything is blurry. But that's like, yeah, but like, why would you even zoom in the first place?
Exactly. I think that's a problem. Like we are from the or at least me, I was like in a generation where when you play a game, like you play it like from like 3 meters away, or else your parents will scold you. And then now we're in the age where you have to be like 20 centimeters in front of your computers to actually like game.
Yeah, it's like, why are you even looking so closely? You don't have to, do you?
I know, right?
But I don't understand. People have the standards apparently.
But yeah, anyway, if you do want to play like the Persona 4, which will have their remake as well, as I think like it's a Persona 4 Revival or something. It's at least as a project name. I think they haven't finalized like the title.
Yeah, it's like P4R. I don't know it's called P4R or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to play like Persona 4 Golden, which is already a remake of the first game, like if you think about it, that's kind of crazy. So like basically Persona 3 has.
But I heard that Golden one is shit.
I don't know how shit that is. I never played like the Golden. Like the only thing that I know is Tora plays it and he's quite satisfied with it. I guess like the shit part probably comes because it was probably originally meant for like the portable version. So like if you play it on a large screen, then of course it's going to be shit. So
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Or maybe I misremember. I actually don't know. Actually, or was it the other way around? They say it was like so good, like how they gonna remake it or something like that. I actually can't remember.
I see. Probably.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Because if you don't care about graphics, so now you can buy on Steam, I guess, Persona 4 Golden for like, how was it again? 130k IDR, £2 2 GPP. You British and your funny money. It's £6 now.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Persona 3 Portable was just a port from the PSP version. So, but I guess like again, you don't really care about like the graphics that much. So that is now currently at £9.
Damn.
And then Persona 5 Royal, which is also a remake of the Persona 5, which is still quite new as well. Well, quite new to in my perspective because I don't play like Persona 5 at all, which I am actually kind of like interested in buying now because it's currently on a 60% discount, and it's, even though it's still pretty new, it's currently at £14.
That's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Considering how long you can play the game. I haven't even mentioned like Persona 3 Reload, like this the channel that I'm watching. It has 80 plus episodes.
Yes.
Each one for 1 hour.
Yes.
I was like, this is gonna take me forever to watch.
Exactly. Might as well. That's why like Persona, I think like every Persona games, like if you play it normally, if you just want to get through the story, I think you need like, well, I don't know. It's like some people say that normal gameplay is like 60 to 80 hours, I guess. Well, I don't know. I mean, like I do play like some Atelier games, and I do play like Rune Factory. I think I barely scratched the surface, and I already spent 40 hours on it. I paid $100 for it, but like yeah, I think I already got like $100 value anyway. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, I haven't really played. I mean, to be fair, it's also because I don't play games in general. So like, I cannot fathom the idea of like playing games for so long.
Yeah.
Cause even like my experience with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I think I only spent like 30 hours, and that was already slow for me as well. Cause like, during that time I got work and everything like that. So like I actually could have finished the game like one day. Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe because I was so more used to kind of like the idea from my days to kind of like just maybe spend like 3 hours or 4 hours. Well, maybe not 3 to 4 hours every day, but kind of like, okay, so on a weekend maybe I'll play for 3 to 4 hours. On a normal day, if my parents allow it, maybe I'll be able to play 1 to 2 days, and then the game will keep me occupied for like 1 month. So that will be like 30 to 60 hours of gameplay in total, but like not. It doesn't. It's never like, okay, I'll play this one game for 5 days straight. Although I think like there are people who in the end like now they are an adult, so like the only way they can kind of like do that is like basically, okay, so now it is December, I kind of have to spend my 24 days annual leave by law. So woe is me, I have to spend all December not working. But like family meeting is not happening in another 2 weeks, so I'll just spend like the next 5 days like finishing this one game that I've bought like 3 years ago because I really like the idea, and then now I'm going to spend like the next 5 days like just finishing this. Or if you're a YouTuber, then that's your daily job basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think like even with the Rune Factory stuff, like it just happens like unconsciously in a way, because I will just play like 1 to 2 hours every day. Like on a weekend, I will play a little bit longer. But then like I say that as if like the game was out like just last week. It came out like I think already like 3 weeks ago. I think when I received it, and then I do have like one whole trip to Berlin, so that's like an extra like 6 hours of playtime because like I just have to sit down in the train for like 4 hours at a time. Like what is there else to do, because like it's an economy seat. It's not that comfortable to work in.
Oh my god! On Saturday, I was like, I just finished seeing Eva in Edinburgh, and I was like taking my train back home, and then like cause I still haven't done the daily quest for Fate Grand Order, and I knew like it's going to end when I arrive home. So it's like, you know what, I'm gonna quickly finish the daily quest, which usually takes like 10 minutes if you're quick enough. And then I'll take a quick nap on the train, and then this fucking stage with Ishtar like took me the whole journey to actually pass this.
Nice.
Not nice at all. I attempted like 5 times, and then like at the end, I still had to use a revive to continue the battle, and then I actually passed this like. Freaking hell, Easter! I know, like you're a fucking annoying bitch in the anime, and then now you're fucking annoying in the game as well. It's like really funny as well, because I think at that point the game story is that Ishtar wasn't willing to cooperate, but she realized gems. Gems. My accent's making it weird. So Gilgamesh was like, I'm gonna give you 25% of my treasury for your cooperation. And because it's Gilgamesh, when he says 25%, it's more like unlimited, because his treasury is unlimited. Because, well, apparently since he's the first king of humanity, he owns everything in the world, literally, or something like that. And so like apparently one of the fate law behind is that all the weapons, basically noble phantasms that every servant use, comes from the treasury of Gilgamesh. Like that's so like his treasure is like fucking huge. So when he says 25%, it's more like unlimited. And then Issa's like, what the fuck? I can take all that, but like she wasn't convinced, so we got a battle. And then like and so we finished the battle as like, well, fuck you. We're giving you 25% of treasury and a revive. Yeah, because I use a revive on her. I mean, I'm kind of fine with it anyway, because like the revive is expiring in like what is it? 30 days or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, I do use it eventually anyway, but like I didn't want to try to abuse them that much, but here we are.
In the end. But yeah, now if you ask me where do I get time to put that many hours into Rune Factory? Yeah, now you have your answer. I've quitted Azure Lane, the one game that I hold dear to my heart.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, right. You used to play Azure Lane, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also Atlas Zone Zero. I tried to get back into the game, but
You actually play that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like the aesthetics of it. Because of also like the other games that I played at that time, it's just Azure Lane and Genshin Impact. So it just feels like really fresh.
You actually play Genshin Impact as well?
Yes. I quit because I didn't get Ganyu. Yeah, I didn't get my waifu. I cry. Anyway.
And then there's me who's just like, oh, I don't really like Genshin. Like I actually did try Genshin when like it was first released. I played for like 3 days. And then like and then I just didn't like it. So I just like, so it's still on my phone. But then like so I never actually deleted the app. And then sometimes when I see my friends and they talk about Genshin, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just like turn it on and like just like wander around a little bit, and then here's gacha, and then I pay for not pay. I mean, like I did one pull, and I got Hu Tao.
Yay!
I was like, haha, you fuckers! I don't even play the game, and I got like one of the best ones.
Yay. No,
I mean, I still never touched the game at the end. It's just like, ha ha ha, I got Hu Tao. Sucks to be you, and I just close it.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. I just really like the aesthetics of Zenless Zone Zero kind of just click with me. It's like feels like going back. Yeah.
Is that the one with like the jokes about incest, or is that Honkai Star Rail?
Oh no, that is a Zenless Zone Zero.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because they are they're technically not plot related, so
it's one of those things. I see.
yeah, they're from the same orphanage, but they have been together for so long. So actually, like if you want to be pedantic about it, then yeah, actually that's still not appropriate because like mentally speaking, they are like brothers and sisters anyway. So like yeah. Anyway,
I mean, on the other hand, you get to say they're childhood friends. So
I guess so. Yeah, that also works. Yeah. If you put it that way, yeah, then I really like the female main character. Yes, but anyway, yeah, it's just like there are like lots of stuff that is like just stuff like all subtle differences, all same difference as usual. It's just gacha game in the end. Like even the part where I didn't really like about the game, like at first, was just like if you play like through the story mode, like sometimes the battle like feels like too short because they kind of like compress like the skirmishes into like one very actiony battles, but like you have like maybe like 5 encounters, you have like 10 opponents to kill, and then you basically you kill those 10 monsters, and then you have to progress the map again, and then you fight another 10 monsters, in which there's too many loading screens. I feel like, okay, like you could have made like everything into like one big map and then just load everything at once, just like in a way, just like Genshin, right? But yeah, that's a nitpick. Yeah,
they're all Hoyo first, aren't they?
Yeah.
So like they're like from the same company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do have like different development team though. Like that's why like one of the jokes is like every time like Hoyo first like has like an anniversary event, like they always like kind of like have this inside rivalry because like one game will have like a battery worse than the others, and then like Genshin is basically, because it's kind of like the Genshin is kind of like the how do I put this? It's kind of like the title that is like it's like kind of like the flagship title of Hoyoverse right now, right? Still. So like Genshin, like the impression that I get from like what people said about Genshin is basically Genshin thought that it was way bigger than it actually is, and can get away from like by basically give you nothing for like their stuff, and then like Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai, like the previous one, like the Honkai Impact Third, because they are not as established as Genshin, they will just give you like they basically will give you a house so that you will keep playing. Yeah. So compared to so of course when you compare that to Genshin, and you basically we'll give you like some of the in-game money that you cannot use for gacha. And maybe one free character that is no longer relevant in the current game, current meta kind of thing.
Sounds like fate.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. Because like Zenless Zone Zero, they just give that to us, and then that's why I logged in like last week, and then like, okay, I finally can get like one of those like 5-star character that I like, but like it is one of those character that you gacha, you failed, and then okay, you don't get like the new character, but at least I wanted this one character, and then I will always get like everyone else. Yeah, that's also the sad part, because like also in Genshin, I really like this one of like the standard banner character called her name is Chinese, so I don't know how to actually read it, but I think it's Keching. Keching. Yeah. Keching. So yeah, basically I really like her design, but like whenever I felt like I never got Keching, so like I don't have Keching, so like no reason to play anymore. Uninstall the game.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here I am, just like still saving, because like I basically start. Well, to be fair, like there were two main reasons why I started FGO. So well, my first account, which I lost already, was like back in 2019, 2018 rather, actually. And then I basically just quitted a game that I've been playing for 4 years because I really liked that game, but like I was getting too pissed about it, and then also my exam was coming, so I quitted it. Um, and then, but then like I wanna find like basically a new addiction.
Oh god. Oh
And then
god.
and then during that time, I just finished watching Fate. Yeah, so I was like, I wanna continue reading the stories, and so I started because I watched all the anime already. So I just like started Fate Grand Order and just like play like a little bit, during the exam period. Just like a way to like read some stories, kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then but then like eventually I got bored of it because like because like the first few chapters are so boring. Like it's just like objectively considered to be like the most boring part of the game. Like the first like 5 chapters. And then like the 6th chapter was the one where like the round tables were Jerusalem, which was so fucking crazy. And yeah, so like I quit it like during the 4th chapter, and then I basically never touch it again because I don't really like gacha games in general. And then but like I did get my waifu, so that it's not because it's not like I'm not like you. Yeah. And then and then I just started again recently. I can't remember why. Yeah, so because I rambled about this a little bit before. You remember this game called Samurai Remnant?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think at this point, it's not spoilers, so I'll just say it. But like, basically, one of the main characters was the Yamato Takeru, which is like the legendary. How would you call it? Swordsman, I guess. But he's just like a really legendary Japanese figure. Part of like the mythology, same level as like King Arthur. It's like I heard people like would describe him as like the King Arthur of Japan or something like that.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's like that kind of level, and I really like them because they haven't revealed their gender yet, and like I think they're deliberately doing that. They basically like the franchise basically gave them like a saber face. So basically looking like a girl, but then they never tell you their gender. It's like, ooh, is he a boy? Is he a girl? I don't know. Like, go wild in your dojins, like that kind of thing. And so yeah, so I'm just gonna call it them. But yeah, and I really like Takeru, and I knew that like Takeru would come to Grand Order eventually. And so that's why I started the game again. And then I've started the English version, which is like a year later than Japanese. And because I also really want to keep reading the stories, so that's why. And then I believe Takeru is like coming like next year or something like that. So I'm just like very obediently stocking up my stars for like the eventual gacha. I can only make like I can almost make. I'm trying to calculate. 200 pulls. Yeah, I'm at a point where I can make 200 pulls right now. So I mean, if I'm lucky, that should be enough to get Takeru when they eventually come. But I think Fate Grand Order was very infamous for their pull rate. So, but I think right now they have like the what do you call it, the pity system. Yeah. So like,
Mm.
I think if I save enough, then I'll be able to get them anyway.
Ah.
Yeah, and I'm actually doing the same with Banjun right now.
Mm.
So, and so like, I've been playing a lot more games recently. And like Banjim is one of them because of
Mm.
well, Ave Mujika.
Yep.
And then but like Ave Mujika is not in the game yet.
Mm.
People are speculating that like they will probably come in like 2027. So
Mm.
like almost two more years to wait. And because I was like talking to some of like the people in like the fandom yesterday, because like
Mm.
we're discussing about mechanics and everything like that. Because like I never bothered about the mechanics. It's more like haha, make a stupid team and then like, just play the songs, because I only care about the songs. I
Mm.
don't care about my scores. I don't
Mm.
care if I get my full combo. Well, at this point, all
Yeah.
perfect. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but like recently, it's like, I mean, if I'm gonna play every day, then I might as well grind better for resources, right?
Mm.
So I finally start to get into like the technical stuff, and then
Mm.
oh my god, I'm learning so much. But yeah, they also suggested me that like since it's gonna be a while, I should just like try to spend the stars on
Mm.
like the other gacha just to get like a better team or something like that. And I was
Mm.
like, I like your idea, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yay. Don't give in.
Yes, I'm just gonna save for Ave Mujika for when they eventually come in 2027.
Yo.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't even know if at that point I'm still gonna be playing the game or not. To be fair, but
Mm.
we'll see. We'll see. I'm not too keen on gacha anyway.
Mm. Which reminds me, I do lost my Bank Dream account because of my shitty iPad.
You forgot to save. Yeah,
No, no, no.
yeah, you
So
had.
basically, it's not that I forgot to save, but like, my iPad has been so. I mean, like, my iPad is from the second generation, right? Like, it's very, very old. Like, by the time I got it, it's already like 7 or 8 years old. So like, even now, it's even worse. But like, at some point, it was able to reach like the title screen of Bank Dream, so I thought it's going to be usable. So I tried to recover my account on that machine, and then whenever I try to log in, it just crashes, and then I can't open it anymore, so I cannot unbind the account anymore. So that's
But
how
like,
yeah.
shouldn't it still be showing your ID on the title screen?
I think so. I forgot like why I can't
Wait,
move
give me a
that, but
second. Let me
anyway,
let
but
me
yeah.
get my iPad.
Yeah. But anyway, even if I can't get it back, I am fine now. I'm zen.
All right, back.
Yep.
And usually the iPad is beside me, but like
Mm-mm.
I was playing FGO yesterday, so it's by my
Ah,
bedside.
yeah. I already let go of my Bank Dream account, so I'm fine.
I
Mm.
also let go of it once, and
Mm-mm.
then I just make a new one, just grind anyway. So now
Yeah.
uh,
And I think now I can't even like the iPad doesn't even have enough power to power itself. So like, so yeah. Now it's just sitting there in
yeah.
my cupboard.
It doesn't show it on the title screen
Mm-mm.
because FGO does that.
Mm-mm.
So I thought Banshee might do the same thing.
Mm-mm.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Just start a new one and play with me.
New. I don't have a device that I
Oh
can
wait,
play it with.
let me see. Data transfer.
Mm-mm.
Oh right. Oh right. No, you have to generate it
Mm-mm.
when you want to transfer.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I saw someone accidentally deleted the app one
Ah.
time on
Yeah.
Facebook, but
Mm-mm.
they like but they were so lucky because like the Bandery support team was also very kind as well.
Mm-mm.
Like they managed to get their account back,
Mm-mm.
which is a good thing.
Yeah. I think I did try to contact their support, but I don't know why.
It's I mean
It's
at
probably
this point it's probably too long ago for you to
yeah.
actually
No.
look
Yeah.
back up
It's.
as
I mean,
well.
like back then, right? I think like what happened is like I tried to contact them, and then I was able to get that thing. I mean, like the code, and then I thought like, okay, so now turns out my iPad can play it again. So like, okay, so like, let's get back into the game, and then and then it refused to work. So yeah. That's kind of sad. And also like if I want I do have a new tablet, but it's kind of like I bought it just to read a paper for my thesis, and after that it kind of lost all other utilities, and then now it's too shit to do anything. Yeah, probably if I were to spend any more money on electronics, I will actually still need to make like a home server just for my learning. So I probably have to prioritize that first. Learning important.
Learning's important. I still gotta learn my grammar. Eve was already doing that.
Mm-mm.
I was like, oh god, I can read, but I don't know the grammar.
Mm-mm. A grammar for what? Japanese?
Japanese, yeah.
So desu ka. But yeah.
そうだよ。
はい、わかりました。And that's kind of also like, yeah, it's also the fun thing is like actually like people do question like when I went out with Amamiya, because we went to this hot pot restaurant, right? Like as I told you like from last episode. But like the fun part is like he went to this place like a lot, right? And then like of course the owner is like pleasant enough for him to let her know that he is Chinese. So like okay, so they were conversing in Mandarin. But of course like once she left, whenever she comes to me, of course she assumes that I will also be able to converse in Mandarin, in which I can't. I converse with her in German, and then she left, and then we didn't even converse in German. We conversed in Japanese, and then she was like, "Where the fuck did you guys come from?"
That's actually hilarious.
I know, right? Bless that lady. But anyway, time to get all this tension, because we do have like we have the earth, we have the water. Now we have Mikazuki,
Which is the thunder.
Which is the thunder one. Which now the negation extends not just to just spirits but also nexuses.
No, it used to be Nessus already. So there are like very minor changes with this card. It has an extra god reduction. It has the devotee family, and then also the, what do you call it, the vassal family. I don't think it used to have vassal family. The BP also raised by 1,000.
Okay.
And then I can't remember if the effect was originally on block as well. It might have been, but like, if not, then that's the other upgrade. But like basically the effects the effect never changed. The effect didn't change.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's literally like all the minor stuff,
which can be important.
You know, yeah, I mean, which can be important, but also like it shows you how good the card it was already.
True. Yeah. I have my copy that I always keep. I want to use it one day, but I left all my Sengoku Princess stuff in Indonesia, so that will have to wait.
Yeah, I disassembled my Juru deck because originally I was thinking that I might be able to mix it with Basil to try to use it, and then realized actually no, pure Basil is just better.
Such.
Yeah, and I'm too lazy to actually rebuild the deck, so it's like, well, since they have the support, I'll just wait for it first.
Yeah. We will be looking forward to that. It's yellow.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I mean, now I have to think about how to get friendlier first.
Yeah, same. Because like whenever I was like trying, should I get Kronos, and then like this guy just tries to stop me.
Cool.
I shared my screen, right? Yep. Sure. So we have next up we have the Ichiacho LT. This guy in the anime kind of like looks menacing, and then he basically does nothing, and then Stone just like murdered Tokichiro in cold blood. Even after this guy came out, it's like, okay. Okay, it's a new soul burst, but like, what does it do? Okay. That's nothing, and then it's just gone from into the ether. But this guy basically can force itself to open if at the end of the opposing attack step. If your life is not reduced, then the original condition is after opposing spirit or ultimate attacks. And you summon it without paying the cost, and then you can deploy a white nexus.
No, is any white nexus.
Any white nexus from your trash without paying the cost. And then during the opposing end step, if your soul card is on the spirit, return one opposing spirit or nexus to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, to be fair, if I'm playing
Affirmation.
What's his name? Nobunaga.
Yeah.
I will probably put like at least 2 copies of this card. Cause it means like you're gonna be playing multiple Grammatical Nesses as well, right? With like Nobunaga.
Yeah.
Because like, the old one is also like good. I mean, I think they gave her like revival of like the one from the starter deck, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So technically you're already like playing 6, and then like you might also want to play the promo one, which says actually no, but I think the effect duplicate. The effect might have duplicated. Let me find. So Tenma Nobunaga is the one with the revival. And then oh my god, there's so many Nobunaga. What is this? Kamen Rider Spectre Nobunaga Damashi.
Exactly. Alright. We have that.
Dai Roku Tenmao. There you go.
Yep.
So that's the promo one. While your God Sax name spirit with soul card is attacking, the opponent can't use magic cast or excel unless they set the soul card to crash. And then, but like to be fair, the more important effect I think is like the other grand field, which is like the 1 and 2 main step. When summoning a God Sax card by exhausting this nest, treat all reductions as fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that part is actually really good, I think. But like what does the newest one do then? I can't remember. Let me see. Contrast skill 5. Okay. I was doing this turn while you got this attack unless the opponent sends the so called trash, they can't use magic cast. Okay, yeah, so it kind of duplicates. But okay, yeah, but the old one also locks Excel. So there is kind of like an argument there. So like I'm actually would that make it like a double condition? Like I think they would have to wait for FAQ, but it'll be crazy if like these 2 effects can stack. Cause like no, you gotta send 2 soul calls, which means you can't use any magic cards. That would actually be hilarious.
Right?
But like either way, you know, like it's still kind of like an option. You know, it also means like you have. I mean, in general, you might be playing quite a lot of white necessits anyway. So I feel like this card can be pretty useful. You know, just to redeploy. You know, your Nobunaga from trash. Yeah, especially since like you know, especially like the old one. You know, you might get destroyed by the opponents. You know, stuff like that. So, and then you know. You just especially since you know Ice Princess is gonna be around, so Elizabeth is gonna be destroying everything.
Yes.
Yeah, so which makes it quite a good counter. And then obviously you know you got the classic white control stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, recently I was like trying to test one of the decks, which is 1 Fremia or maybe like 2 Fremia. 1 is enough because this white control is not exactly Ice Princess. 1 Fremia, and then I max out Shiratori Yu, and then so add the new Momose Yuki Ground Canessa. So it's like open 2 and then like summon any cost 5 or less white card. Yeah, from the deck top. It's like which is crazy to be fair. So it's like a huge gacha deck. So like I actually made the list, but I haven't tried it yet. feel like it can be pretty funny. And then like and then you can maybe like add this card into the deck as well, and then like if like because you're gonna have so many necessities, like some of them are gonna be in the trash because of core charge and everything. And then you just like open this, redeploy them and do it again, that kind of stuff. It would be pretty funny, not gonna lie.
No, right.
Oh my god, imagine they swing, you open this card, deploy Yuki, and then open your list effective from the deck top and just that would be so funny.
I know, right? Like, okay, so now you destroyed my Grand Walker, so now I'm going to destroy yours. This revenge will not go unpunished. Oh,
But it's, I mean, anything that can recycle from the trash, it's bound to be useful eventually. I think. Actually, here's one thing, because like, recently I was like, cause like, actually, this is something I can talk about. But like, so in my server, I've been like holding like a bit of a like tournament, and we're running a collaboration only. And then so like before that, I was like trying to look for some very niche decks to see if I can play around with, cause I don't really want to play turn 301, man. Or Gundam Seed, cause like that shit busted. And then I realized that Biolante, which is like the one of the Godzilla's monsters that's like green, and it's like it had like support for like the first 2 set, and then it's just like gone, kind of thing. And I mean, it's still around. Like literally, it had like 1 card in like the newest Godzilla set, and then but then like it was more like a Godzilla support than like a Biolante support. But like anyway, I realized the Biolante X Rare, which is cost 10, and has the effect of like locking opposing cores, literally like any cores, well except for what's the word, Groundwalker Nessus, because obviously that didn't exist back then. And then it has double symbols, and then it can also refresh yourself if you manage to exhaust an opposing spear with was it 2 cores or less? Yeah. So, but like the most amazing thing, I've seen in the image if you want to share it. But what's the most amazing thing is that it's an Asian dragon. I only realized that until now. And then like and then Asian dragon has like a really good card called the Dragonal Shaman.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like what the revival version does is that if you pay the summoning cost with the soul cost, you can just summon any Asian dragon from your trash without paying the cost. And I was like, did no one ever play this? It's like, I mean, I suppose in today's level it's not that busted, but like back then it sounds pretty busted. Like, I'm surprised I haven't really seen any dead lists with it, or maybe I was still too young to actually know where to look. So like, I kind of want to try building that now, at least like in like a proxy kind of thing. But like eventually I chose this one deck because like as I said, I really like niche decks. And like the one that I picked was actually the Nerf family, so basically Evangelion.
Yep.
But it's not Uni 13 because like that's usually what people think so when it like Nerf is purple, because like Uni 13 is like Nerf family, stuff like that. I tried to play the red purple Nerf, basically the starter deck, and it's like 50-50 with the other deck. It's like working so far, kinda. Like I can see why people don't want to play with it, but at the same time, I was like, this is actually gas. Like I like this. Like the best part was that like if Battlefield Saga continued, like the red purple nerf would have been what purple control would be. I think, because like it literally plays extremely similar to my purple control deck in Saga, and I literally collect with it the moment I play with it. Because like basically like the start of the game, you just goes like Nessus. Oh, you swing, I draw one, and net the world death. And then what Rapid Nerf also has is that it relies on like burst control. It's basically a burst control deck. Because it has this really good unit 2, which activates when the opponent attacks, and then on summon, destroy a spirit with 2 symbols or less, and then also it was the attack step draw 2. It's like, it's I think it's like really good, and then it also has an on attack or block effect, so like it just has like a really good defense as well, which is like destroy an opposing spirit with BP equal or less than itself. So like itself is like it can get to like maximum like 13k. So it's, to be fair, in early games it's not too bad, and also because like they like I can see why Bandai decided to give this deck more support, because like the support was actually good. Like this Unity was one of them, and then from the same PC folder, because it was like only like what 8 promo cards basically. There's like also this Asuka card which can summon herself for free when you summon an Evangelion in the attack step. So you can slap out the Unit 2, then slap out the Asuka. Asuka gives 5k. So now you have a 21k blocker that can destroy something with ignoring BP because it's only 2 symbols or less. So it is basically everything. Unless the opponent is trying to finish you, but like at least in the collab, you barely see any of these. Like the only one that I can really think of is the Kamen Rider Ors. Can literally swing at you at 5 by turn 2. It's fucking dumb. And just like, but yeah, but like besides that, or maybe like you can't get past PS armor from like Gundam Seed. Then like okay, yeah, makes sense. But like in general, it has a very big destruction range. So like that part is actually really good. And then if you slap Asuka on it, when you block it, you're destroying something with 21k or less. And then at that point, not even PS armor can save them. Only 3PS can, because obviously 3PS only calculates the original cost. But like yeah, so like 21k blocker, and then also Asuka on block, get to draw one, ditch one, and draw one again, so you're drawing 2 in total. So it's like so like on summon you draw 2, and you block again, you draw another 2. Discarding card is fine because you're fucking playing purple. So it's like this shit is actually pretty good. It's like very fun, but like I can see why it's like kind of hard to use, because like for this deck, realistically the highest cost you can get in terms of the original cost is like cost 7. So it cannot get past any 3PS armor. And what does Gundam Seed have? Fucking Strike Freedom, where literally wipe your whole boss. Like, what the fuck?
Because why not, right?
Yeah, it was really funny. Like back then, when Saga first started, obviously people tried to look into like the Japanese game, and then they saw this card like, what do you mean this card can return 25 spirits to the bottom? The fuck? And I said, yeah, it's what the fuck to us too.
I know, right?
Yes. Yeah, which is like crazy. I got destroyed by this card so much in like collab battles. But like but I mean, yeah, in general, like it has like a really good defense, because like also they released another PC, like another folder, which is like what do you call it? Like there was like the Godzilla times Gundam thing. And then they have a Godzilla Unit 1, which is cost 12, has a constant 80 field during either attack step, which they call it GAT field. It's like Godzilla
80 field.
80 field. I can't remember what 80 stands for, but oh yeah, is that
Anti-terror.
Yeah, no, absolute terror.
Absolute terror, yeah.
Absolute terror field. Yeah. So it's literally called Godzilla Absolute Terror Field. Sounds threatening. And then like so it's cost 12, so it can get past 3PS armor as well. And then it has a maximum BP of 25k. Even though you need like 8 costs on it, but like You know, to be fair, it's not that hard to do. Like but even if not, like it only needs 3 cores for level 2. So like and level 2 is still 12k.
Mm-mm.
And then again you got the Asuka that can brave during the attack step.
Mm-mm.
So that's 17k. Or you can also flip you can use a salty rebirth.
Mm-mm.
You know, not a term you hear very often.
Mm-mm.
From the Shinji Nessus, you know, when you summon a unit 1, just flip it, brave it to it.
Mm-mm.
That adds 5k as well. So
Yeah.
technically, if you go first, actually, if you go first, you wouldn't have 3 calls, but I digest.
Mm-mm.
Because like the Godzilla still has 7k BP at level 1. So you start the attack. So start the turn, start the game.
Mm-mm.
You place down the Shinji, set down the burst, wait for them to attack. When they attack, reduce your life. Then you open Godzilla, strip all their costs down to 1
Mm-mm.
because that's the burst effect. It's also after it summons itself, so actually no, doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter to be a summon, yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's just all the costs down to 1.
Okay.
And you can also flip Shinji Brave to it. And now this is your opponent's first turn. Now you have a 12k blocker that can destroy every 12k or less whenever they attack.
Mm-mm.
I think that's pretty crazy. Yeah, and if you go second, you can even reach 17k already. So
Mm-mm.
like, can you? Actually, no, you cannot. Never mind. But like yes, and then so like say they because like you gotta activate the burst when they reduce your life anyway, so you're gonna get 1 extra core. So say
Okay.
you go first. 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4. By turn 4, you're gonna get a 30k blocker
Mm-mm.
that can destroy every 30k or less whenever they attack.
Damn.
Yes, and then like I was so glad I was checking like the database again before like I started the tournament because like that card ruined a lot of people. It's
Nice.
like because like also especially since right now the contract the collab meta is like around like half a year
Mm-mm.
behind the main set meta.
Mm-mm.
So like right now a lot of decks are still playing contrast spirits instead
Mm-mm.
of like contract Grand Rocket Nessuses.
Mm-mm.
Which means they have to use the soul core for everything.
Mm-mm.
But if they use the soul core, then they cannot get past GAT field.
Yes.
So basically, if I get this thing standing, then they either have to remove it during the main step.
Mm-mm.
I mean, technically, they can also do it during the attack step if they have something else. But most of the time, you can only remove it during the main step.
Mm-mm.
Because like you might want to effant, because I'm probably gonna have blown up their contrast spirit anyway.
Mm-mm.
So if they don't effant, then they cannot attack with it.
Mm-mm.
So it had to try to remove Godzilla in the main step and then attack during the attack step.
Mm-mm.
Because like, if they effort and goes to the attack step, then nothing can touch it.
Mm-mm.
Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it's like, but like I can see why Bandai released this card. So there was still quite a lot of ways to get around it.
Mm-mm.
But Civil One is like the most annoying one.
Mm-mm.
Because so for Civil One, the max BP that they can reach is 25k, which is exactly the same BP as the Godzilla Unbraved. But they have Isu,
Mm-mm.
which allows the Civil One to remain on the field when removed.
Mm-mm.
So I was like, okay, now my effect is completely useless. I'll take 2. Oh, and I died. And then obviously in Gundam Seed, you got fucking Killer Yamato. It goes like, oh, once per turn with this card gets removed, you just keep it on the field. It's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? You only got 3 PS armor, cost 7 or less. What do you mean you can remain on the field as well?
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah, and then they do that, and then they effort strike freedom, and then everything goes poof.
Yes.
Yeah. And so yeah, I still cannot beat these 2 decks in like
Mm-mm.
collab only.
Yeah, and you
'Cause
know,
the silver one is too fast for this control deck.
yeah, true.
And then like Gundam, like why do they give everything for Gundam Seed? Literally, like
Mm-mm.
okay, fine, you can remove my spirits. I still got my Nessus. No,
No.
you can return your Nessus to bottom as well. It's like what the fuck? It's like, my symbols is like oh, Jesus Christ. It's like
Uh-uh.
it's like so dumb. I hate this so much. Oh my god. And then like cause also like the nerf deck
Mm-mm.
barely has anything to pierce.
Mm-mm.
There are 2 cards in the nerf deck that can pierce.
Mm-mm.
One of them is called Unit Zero Kai,
Mm-mm.
and it's only an on attack effect, which is literally strip all cores from Monopoly Spirit,
Mm-mm.
ignoring that can only be prevented by heavy armor and ultra armor. So it can get past PS armor. Which actually also works really well because Kira Yamato doesn't wrap any cores.
Mm-mm.
So you literally remove the spirit, they cannot remain on the field. So that's good. But that's only on attack. So when they swing, you still kind of dies. And then the other card is it's a really random PC card
Mm-mm.
that's like Unit 0 and Unit 2 together.
Mm-mm.
And I think it's like the scene where they were trying to defeat the 10th angel.
Mm-mm.
And so, and then it has the effect in the trash that says something like at the start of the opposing attack step, if you control any Asuka, Ayana Milei, or Misato,
Mm-mm.
you can summon it from the trash. If you do, during this turn, all their immunity effects cannot activate, and this effect pierces.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, so if you summon that at the start of the attack step, then you can get past the 3PS, well, all the armor as well.
Mm-mm.
But then the problem is you need a lot of pieces because like the card itself doesn't remove anything. So
Mm-mm.
then you need to rely on like the whole defense mechanic of the deck to
Mm-mm.
actually do something.
Mm-mm.
But then like again, there's fucking Kira Yamato who just remains on the field. So it's like, okay then, guess I'll die.
Hmm.
And then of course, Blue Ultraman, you got to remain on the field from the Groundwalker as well. So I
Mm-mm.
was like, yeah, I can see why people don't use this deck.
Mm-mm.
Because like, it's trying to remove everything, and then like people say, no, we're just gonna remain on the field. It's like, okay, then guess I'll die.
Mm. I suppose so. And you know the skill issue part?
What?
So of course Amamiya, the new Ultraman that what now? Well, not that, like the new premium Bandai Star Trek is going to come out, right?
Yeah.
So of course Amamiya want to try that out. And then just to prove that how confident he was in the deck, he gave me his orb deck, basically, his Strike Freedom deck, the one that you just struggled against.
Yeah.
And then he just put one card. It has Void Armor. And I can do jack shit about about his cards. And then like the only one way, and then one of the extra can basically retain any number of cards into the opposing deck bottom. And then like for every 5 of its costs, you can like block one card from the opposing hand up to 3. Well, I mean like it's up to a total cost of 15, so it's a total of a maximum of 3.
Which card was that? I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I also forget about that. It's one of the new cards.
Let me dig it out. I think my friend probably registered it on the wiki already.
And anyway, it's
yes,
and anyway it's a cost 9, so VPS armor cannot defend against it. So even if you stay on the field, it's only once per turn. So I think like he did use something else. So my Kira Yamato doesn't have any protection, and even if it did, like the effect can still resolve and block my hand. So that was unfortunate. He blocked my one and only Artemis Shell in my hand, so I died. He has protection from either he has Void Armor or he has protection from spirits. So I literally, and he is also unblockable using the new Grand Walker Nexus. So I literally has no out against him. Okay, so I found it. So it's Ultraman's that's Desculum Rice Claw. Yep.
Deathsium. It's like
Decium.
like
Yeah.
the chemical stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
Deathsium Rice Claw. Yeah. Yeah, I just found it as well.
Yeah.
And it also has another F, which was like just some random bullshit.
Yeah, once part of the spirit can refresh. When you've done so, send a core, please a soul core from the opposing trash to the void.
Man,
do you even need to do that?
I just found it how fascinating that like right now the collab meta is literally just like one meta deck over another. Like, now we got blue Ultraman. Okay, we got ball of blue Ultraman. Here's Gundam Seed. It's like, okay, now we got ball of Gundam Seed. Let's put back Ultraman, white ones.
Yay!
If I can only wish that the iCut starter deck is like as busted as this.
I know, right?
But I bet not.
Yes, because like with yellow at the very least, even if it's broken, it's going to be either aggro or like it's going to be some bullshit in which if you do have like the 8 cards in hand, if you can get all the 8 cards and 8 pieces of Exodia in hand, then you have like a 60% chance of winning.
Yeah, probably. That sounds about right.
I know,
right? It's gonna be like another Pafati deck or something like that. Like you just don't know what the fuck it's trying to do.
Yeah, it's like I think I'm playing a deck.
Yes, I think I'm playing it. Oh my god! Like so, you still remember Absolute Ricefield? The game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with Yami and the others. They recently started Japanese Battle Spirits as well with like proxy and everything. And basically, what we do, because like they want to get the actual images to proxy as well. So like, what I usually do is like when we, after we made our own proxy, I just send them the file and everything like that. And then like and I just send them like BSC47, and I was like, so you can make 4 new decks in here, and like like most of them are pretty good. Like you got the white ones who can literally like swing, discard their hands. You got the blue one, which is really fun. Cause like you can literally skip their turns. Just playing with the time stuff and everything like that. And then like the purple and green that it just get the best out of each color. And I was like, that's it.
Yeah. Indeed.
And then I realized I got nothing to say about Pafati because it's absolutely garbage. I can't even hype this deck out.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
I know, right?
I mean, to be fair, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Like it's not really bad, but like as far as I know, it's a really high roll deck. Like in my experience, it's just like one of those decks. Like, oh, you get a good setup, you can just finish them by like turn 3. But like if not, prepare to die.
Yeah.
It's like one of those decks. It was like because it's like really weird because like they kind of want you to go aggro, but then like everything's like cost 7 or more. It's like,
yes.
Yeah,
it is one of those decks that is like kind of like confused with its own identity. So yeah, I don't know how are you supposed to do anything with it, but it kind of works. I mean, like even though like we do have like we do take some footage when I was in Berlin with Amamiya, right? I wasn't there for holiday. That was technically a working holiday. That of course I misread Ganga's effect, and now all the Parvati videos are useless. But anyway, even with Ganga's effect being wrong, we actually like okay, so we kind of see that okay, with against Kikiha, it can kind of like with a kind of like a mid setup, it can kind of hold up, but it's also kind of just okay. So now, you just hear early game, you just use Sanko, heal to 7. Now your opponent cannot like now for you at some point you can just use Durga every turn, just recover your Floret Petal. Since Kikiha cannot touch your Grenoker Nexus unless they bring they draw their 1 card break. Then you just basically use Floret Petal every turn to kind of like hold down their attacks. And then now, if you have like 7 lives, you have at least 3 turns against Nova to kind of not die. And then in the meantime, if they already use their Nova, that means also that those 3 turns is kind of enough, because then you can just summon Ardana Rishwara. If they don't have Pharom, then you just use either like one of your shooting Mirage and twice. So you just use Kartikeya and Shakti and also Osher to kind of like shoot your opponent's life until they have nothing left. Your Durga can go to trash afterwards. You can just recover her with Kartikeya afterwards. But of course, if they have Pharom, then also that's that's unfortunate. That means you are going to die.
I mean, I will applaud you. You can even manage to hard summon whatever her name is. I cannot pronounce.
Ardana.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think like if you, I don't know, because the decks I tested it with Amamiya, we usually try to bring it to the late game anyway. So I mean, like he uses like some stuff like Gekiha, which kind of like builds up to the late game. Well, I mean, like yeah.
What do you mean you're not using 5 Gekiha? You bad dad.
No. Yeah, he was using pure Gekiha, but anyway. So basically, he was using that thing. So now we do have some turns. So, and I have like 5 Grand Walker Nexus on my 5 Grand Walker Nexus or something on my field. So yeah, summoning Ardana Rishwara barely an issue. But yeah, I think like one of the game he actually like, I think like the one where I won actually, like he like specifically used Thorn Prison to remove like the 2 Ardana Rishwara that got dropped by Parvati's core charge. So I was like, oh fuck. This is going to be grindy as fuck. Yeah, and then I just powered through with Durga. Although now the more that I see that video, I can't really do that because I added that Durga with Ganga, and that means that everything is invalid now. Such. And speaking of another minor change, we have another Yuga LT, in which basically instead of like having 6 different reduction, it has like 2 Omni reductions, and also at level 2 and 3, he can change his symbols color into any of the 6 colors basically. Yeah.
Oh, I love this card. I usually love this card in the deck as well. It used to a promo card, so it's a good thing that they remake it. Yeah.
Yeah, which he also looks nice. It's a chunky boy in a good way.
It's a chunky rainbow boy. Yeah,
exactly.
Like it's really funny because like the summon effect, the burst and the summon effect, they didn't change it. They only added like the extra effect of like a rainbow symbol.
Yeah.
I don't even think they changed their BP. So it's literally so the free changes are the reductions. The family, because they have the new Rekka family. Stop hitting me.
Okay.
Fuck off.
No, I won't.
Don't hit me while I'm talking. Fucking pig.
No, I won't.
But like yeah, and then also like the extra rainbow symbol effect, which makes it like damn 100% card. 100 points. I mean, yeah.
It is the card.
It is the card.
Exactly.
I can't wait to play the new Zulu card.
Yeah.
Oh my god, imagine a summon effect is also open 5 Atlas burst cards. They'll be fucking broken ass with like the original one as well.
And also it has a soul burst, just to make it even better.
Oh, if it has the soul burst, it's so good. Or actually maybe they make the search effect in the soul burst.
Oh yeah, that can also work.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Hopefully it's like at least decent to play.
Yeah.
Not like fucking imagine it.
Let's move on from that. we have Homuratoshi is exclusive magic. So now also the same, it can add itself when it is sent to the trash by Homuratoshi is effect. And then this card, when you have Homuratoshi, it becomes cost 4, which is a nice touch. So now it's a 4. If you use it in his deck, then that's basically a cost 4 with 3 reduction that can destroy any number of opposing spirit or ultimate. As any opposing spirit up to total cost of 15,000. If you destroy it, you can refresh 1 Emperor Piece Spirit or Ultimate. And then if you pay the cost with a Soul Core, after this effect activates, if you pay the cost with a Soul Core, you can destroy the 1 opposing spirit or ultimate with the highest PP. Ooh, that's a handful. That's a card. I mean, it's just a nice to have. It's not really
a lot of unga bunga.
Yeah, just to make I mean, like it's a refresh. It's not. It's actually like a little bit more, has more utility than not, I guess, than just destroying and then just destroying more. Instead of destroying more, so like now we'll bring this destructions ourselves. It's fine. We don't need any more support. Like Leon Lancer is going to empty your opposing field anyway, so let's just refresh it so that it can do that again.
Yeah.
And then we have the
this one's a nice touch. Yeah.
And then we do have like finally like a reprint of like a pen card. Well, not really a pen card, a limited card. The Mantra Draw LT. Now with the Soul Burst as well. Now with the Soul Burst, during this turn, when your Lotus Emperor, Lotus King, Lotus Monarch, or Wisdom King, during this turn, all your Lotus Monarch and Wisdom King cannot be destroyed by the opponent. So that includes by battle as well.
Yeah.
And then the main effect, basically, it limits its uses to only if you have Zone as your if you have Gunjo Zone on your field. You draw 3, discard 2, and then if your trash has more 4 or more Lotus Monarch, Wisdom King, or Doji, the number of cards you discard is -1. Ah yes, this is a card with memories because blue used to be that one high roll deck that is not really high roll because you can play like 9 different Graceful Charity, and then eventually they gave up. They just made so now this is blue now, and then now blue has way too many Graceful Charity, and that barely mattered anymore. And then now it is back. Like the original one, what made it strong is if you have like a specific, if you have Doji or Myo, if I'm not wrong, with the Soul Core, then the number of card you discard is...
I think you just need to have it on the field.
Yeah.
And there was like a cost 0 Doji, so everyone just like played the combo or something like that.
Yep. And then basically you discard only 1. So very, very early, you can just pay with 1 cost, draw 3, discard 1. Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, which is basically draw 2,
Yeah. And then like all the dojis are War Gods or War Gods in Saga. It's a fighting spirit and battle spirits. So yeah, all the broken mill stuff is also there. So we used to have this crazy deck which is basically called like the El Grande El Grande main step OTK.
Oh yeah, because like you can also add things on the cost 0 Doji as well, yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Indeed. So next up we have the thing that I've been waiting for, Ayumu. The new magic contract, the new contractor Morrigan.
It's really funny because like who was it? Eve was like of like Irish origin, yeah.
Yep.
So like she's very familiar with well, she and her friend were both very familiar with like the Celtic mythology. And then like, and I was like, oh, and then like on the day we were meeting, that was like the day when Morrigan was revealed. And I was like, oh, have you seen like Morrigan yet? And it's like, no, I haven't yet. And then they saw it's like, this does not look like Morrigan. Because like apparently, because I actually don't really know about the Celtic lore.
Uh-uh.
I had the book, but I got to finish the Japanese mythology first. But like apparently she's supposed to be like a war god, as in like like a lot of battles, like kind of like a berserker as well, kind of thing. So like seeing her look like that does not make sense. And then apparently she doesn't really use an axe as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I was like, maybe like there are like some very niche reference from there, because like that's what Bandai does. Like if I have to give them credit about one thing, it's like the amount of details they put into the cards. And so I was like so like maybe there's some like niche reference that like, even you don't know yet. So we'll see. I said I might take a look later, which I probably should. Because like actually, have I mentioned this? Do you know why Bridget has the silver whale keyword?
I think you did, but I forgot.
I might have mentioned it, yeah. So like basically so like the silver part is like whatever. I think just like a common theme with like the Celtic gods in the game. But like she's related to a whale was because supposedly Bridget's like a goddess in mythology, right?
Yes.
But when the Christians came and then they tried to promote Christianity, and like one thing that they would do is that they try to, I mean, I can't remember exactly like the term, so like bear with me. I'm just paraphrasing everything. But like they will try to use like a very familiar figure, to like claim that they're also like part of Christianity. So like like used to be also worshipping us because like they're the same, something like that. And like so Bridget, for whatever reason, was instead made into a patron saint.
I see.
Yeah. And then her symbol was literally a whale made of leaves, usually, and people would hang it by their door, usually during New Year, I believe. I can't remember correctly. It's either like New Year or spring, like one of those times. And then like partly to also like wish for like a good harvest, like something like that, or just like good luck in general, one of those stuff. And so yeah, so like that's why Bridget has like a symbol of like a whale. Yeah. And it took me a bit to dig through actually. But here we are, some very niche laws from Bandai as usual.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I think like with Morrigan, there probably is a reason why she's holding an axe. I might have a look later, but yeah.
Yeah, but this is kind of like a return of. Okay, well, not really a return of, but like kind of reminds me of the meter a little bit. Just giving your spirits a good old brute force.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's another thing really funny because like Eva said, she feels like a purple card more than like a yellow. I mean, more actually like the figure of Morrigan feels more like purple than yellow. But as like here we are, she's yellow now.
She's yellow now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, like the agile part is also, how do I put this? The agile part is actually from Morrigan so far, so we'll have to see like what other the Prism Wing can do. So basically,
I think it's really funny because like she immediately got nerfed by the almighty Moonlight Lesser Panda.
I hope we do get like something that specifically like remove a cost 3 or lower that cannot be defended or something, so that we can just remove Lesser Panda from this earth. We do have Recess Sphere though.
Yeah, but like it's gonna be quite a late game for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cause like because or like maybe like at least like a Brave, cause fortunately at least Lesser Panda doesn't limit to originally cost 4 less effects. So if you can Brave Morrigan, then like you can just like easily get past Lesser Panda.
True.
But like but like the thing is that it probably very unlikely
Mm-hmm.
because like the fact already treat the spirits as like free symbols, so
Mm-hmm.
they cannot add any symbol from like braves.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's kind of pointless to release braves unless they have some like really strong effects.
Mm-hmm.
So like we'll have to see.
Yeah. I just bring ages, why not?
Yeah, maybe like Aegis or
Uh-uh.
yeah, Aegis or like what's the name? Moonlight Demon God. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, Moonlight Demon could kind of make sense.
Mm.
Mm-mm. All right. But anyway, yes, basically an HL effect, but also you kind of have to attack twice, basically.
You need 2 spirits on the field.
Yeah, you need 2 spirits on the field because you are returning one that is not attacking, basically. But but if you do return a spirit during that battle, the attacking spirit will have its symbol fixed to 3. Yeah. Well, actually, it's an optional effect. So if you somehow can make your spirits like 4 symbols and you don't want to change it to 3, that also works. But yeah, it's more...
Or like maybe on the other hand, the opponent might have effects that specifically destroys like 2 symbols more.
Oh, yeah.
Then, you might want to just like poke them one by one.
Yeah. Also like fatal damage control. Fatal damage control.
Yeah, I suppose that card exists, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a card that pops out of like sometimes like all the players like the influencers, if you may, like sometimes they just pop out that card out of to existence. Sometimes it's like, okay, now the meta is like 3 symbols. Okay, fatal damage control though.
Yeah, do you know why fatal damage control exists?
Wasn't it because of... Okay, so the only thing that I remember is that during the time where... Was it the... what is that? What is that color again? What is it? What is the word? How other way what you call purple? Amethyst Dragon Sonic with the demon god. With the purple demon god, isn't it? Because it has a total of 3 symbol.
But it's just because of the demon gods in general. Because like for whatever fucking reason, they decided to release demon Imagine Braves with 2 symbols on them.
Yes.
And so and then they realized, shit, this is getting out of hand. Let's try to release something that can stop them. And then of course it's pointless.
Yeah. I would like reducing the damage to 1. If you only have 1 life, even if you have only 2 lives, that kind of already doesn't really matter anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, that is what's like a fucking shit card. But like, what's even better is that they realized they needed to do more. And so like later on they released another magic card. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, it reflected something.
But like you can only use it if the opponent is attacking with a Brave Spirit and the Brave has 2 symbols or more.
Yep.
So it's literally to target the color demon gods.
Yep.
And it was really funny because like it says something like, when they reduce your life, instead of reducing your own life, reduce the opponent's life. So it's like a very specific counter, and again, I've never seen anyone using it. But it's just like really funny that these cards exist. It's like Bandai being like, yeah, we need to release some counters, so here they are. I mean, are they actually good? Not really, but at least we do something. Oh my god! And then did you remember the cycle cards where like was it that returns your calls in main step? Do you know why?
Why?
Do you remember this Asian dragon from BS44, I think, that says something like, when it attacks by removing 3 calls from your
that one.
Walkers to the void, like during your next doing your opponent's next refresh that they cannot return their calls.
Yeah.
And then that card got out of control. Not really out of control, but like it's still kind of like prominence in the meta. Because like Bandai released way too many generic red ground necessities for whatever fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
All of them 2/2, because why the fuck not?
Mm-hmm.
And then like people were basically playing this deck called like the Red Worlds Walkers, which is literally just throw in all the good generic Red World Walkers cards with this card as like a finisher to lock their cost and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very popular deck for like a while, and then Bandai decided, okay, this needs to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Let's release these magic cards that can, they're like revival cards as well, that can return your cost in main step, and then we give them absolutely shit flash effects.
Mm-hmm. Which is very, very kind of sad.
Yeah, so no one used them at the end because like, if they want to counter that they have other ways to counter. They don't need to just return this cost in main step or whatever, which is like absolutely dumb. It's like I actually never seen anyone using those cards. Well, I can't even remember what they're called. Jesus Christ. The red cast. The red cast starts with A. It's like something flame, but like I can't remember. I need to look it up. Oh my god, there's too many cards with the name flame. No, not Brahma flame. Art of flame. There we go. Okay, let's see. What does? Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, they have some really weird effects. Like I would say, because like, huh? Okay. Oh my god. I forgot they even have that effect. Okay, so all of them have like this kind of effect. Right? Refill from the deck by your matching color effect. This card can also be treated as a World Walker family Brave card specifically. I was like, what? Because they were releasing BS46 and like they got like some, so like the new God Seekers during that time, for like Zeus, Athena, everything like that. What they add is that they add the Grand Walker, they add like a World's Walker or Avatar card, and then also a Spirit card, sorry, and then also a World's Walker Brave card specifically. So they give these magic card these effects just so we can add them in hand with those God Seekers, which is why they have to specify they're being treated as a World's Walker family Brave card. So technically, in this game, you have cards that are both Brave and Magic cards at the same time.
Oh
just
my god.
at a very specific timing, which is when they will refill from the deck. And then so they had the generic effect of at the start of your main step by sending all cards from your chest to reserve, minimum 1 call. Use this card from the hand without paying the cost. Okay, so we got the red one, flash effect. Destroy an opposite 10,000 BP or less spirit or ultimate. The effects of the destroy target can activate. 10k or less is, it's not a big. I mean, even during that time, I don't really think it's a very big range. And then like, I don't know, like in general, like they don't really need a flash destruction effect that. Because I also I'm pretty sure during that time they already have like flash effect that's destroy 15k or less anyway. And then like if you think about it, this card also designed to be used by Zeus. Zeus can like what, destroy a spirit with 1 symbol. They don't fucking care about BP. They only released 4 of these cards. I thought they had like a not purple, a green and blue one. Apparently not. So the purple one is called Totentans. I what does the word even, is there even the proper word? Let me see.
I think it's supposed to be that dance.
It is the proper word. Totentans, English dance of the dead.
Yeah.
Paraphrase on this ile. So what language is it?
It's German.
Oh, is it German? Oh, okay, I see.
Because when you put it that way, oh yeah, then yeah. Because totem is basically an adjective version of that, and then
I see.
yeah, dance is dance basically.
Yeah. Oh my god! And so like the purple one, the flash effect is by discarding one spirit or brave card from your hand, send 2 cards from any opposing spirits or ultimate to the reserve. So basically discarding 2 cards to send 2 cards. I don't think that's gonna work.
Yes. Nope.
God, and then let's see. Okay, and then we got the white one, Dream Hand. What does this one do?
It's going to retain 1 during the main step, isn't it?
It's return air. So it's a flash. All of them are flash effects. Return every opposing cost 3 or less spirit or ultimate to the hand, or return an opposing spirit to the deck bottom. So I suppose like this one isn't like
the worst,
but like again, like
yeah, in this day and age,
yeah, it's like what? Like I really can't think of a scenario where you want to use it. Okay, the yellow one though, like I can see there might have been some uses. To be fair, the yellow one, out of all fish, wow, surprising. The yellow one is actually probably the most useful one. The flash effect is refresh all cost 2 spirits.
Oh, is it Royal Potion?
It's Royal Potion, yeah.
Okay.
And then if this effect activates at the start of your main step, return this card to hand. Because like obviously you're not gonna have any exhausted spirits in your main step unless you're facing Gosex. So yeah. So like basically with this card it's like okay, yeah, you can just like return all your costs to reserve, like that's it. Which is like, I mean, I suppose reasonable. Like Royal Potion might actually see some use, like back in the days with like Ra and everything like, because it's like the same set as Ra. So there's that. But like, here's the problem: if you're using Ra and you get to the point where they're locking your refresh step, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly.
You should have finished the game before that.
I mean, I will do that because I don't know why. Like every aggro deck that I touch becomes mid-range.
And then like also because like so like Ra outlook all decks don't really care about Worldswalker Avatar.
Yep.
Because like it mostly cares about imaginary beasts. So when you have a card that doesn't treat itself as an imaginary beast, so it's gonna be like it's gonna break in Ra in general. Oh, and then actually another thing is like no one's gonna use Royal Potion because at that time sheer heart attack was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like you know when you're reading this card, okay, it might be useful, but then you consider its other competitions. Nah, it's a shit card, mate. Oh god, it's like yeah, but it's like oh my god, like these cycles of cards are like so random, and I somehow remember them. Like, what is my brain for? Why am I remembering these useless stuff?
That is an interesting question that I don't have the answer to.
It's kind of I don't know why. Like somehow I feel like it's worse than remembering Pokemon because like, at least with Pokemon you got a large fan base and then like you can talk about like your favorite Pokemon and all those stuff and things like that. What's the point of me remembering useless Battle Spirits cards?
For the podcast, obviously now you are using it, Ayumu. That very knowledge.
So, yeah.
That very knowledge is for today.
yeah, but that knowledge is for nothing.
I suppose so. Well, at least you got the podcast segment out of it, so it's not that bad. Now we are going to the next Grandwalker Nexus on the set, which is Yamato Takeru, the one that Ayumu was simping for in Fate Remnant. He has his legion comes from the family machine because he is a grinding machine. My God.
I mean, I suppose I suppose in terms of law, he kind of is actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he grinds. He writes and grinds. The very picture of masculinity. But anyway, and then he has Kihei, which is Aero. I think you guys translated it as Aero Soldier. Is that a new family actually?
I think that's how my friend translated it. I didn't really read. To be fair, if I'm not translating, I don't care about the English.
I see. Yeah, I mean, like
Aero Soldier. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised with Morrigan. My friend managed to like make out like what's the name again?
Prism Wing.
Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's an interesting touch. Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Not bad indeed. So of course,
Like
following.
if it was me, I was just Rainbow Wing.
Rainbow Wing. Yeah.
and it's gonna be one W as well. So it looks like really smart.
Prism Wing.
No, like rain. Yeah.
So no. Rainbow Wing in one as one word.
Yeah, Rainbow Wing with one W. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh god, I knew my stupid ass would do that.
Imagine if your friends took that idea and then they just make it Prism Wing.
Well, I mean, usually when it comes to family naming, there's like at least like 3 of us. Oh no, get away from me, Holland. Usually there are like at least like 3 of us that's like deciding how to name it, and then like one of us is very picky in terms of naming. So like what is it? Yeah, we barely get any actual bad names from it. So like we're good. Yeah, like that. Somehow they're actually very good. I mean, to be fair, I think like kind of all of us are pretty good at research as well. Like surprisingly, I'm not the one researching on language. I'm the one actually researching history.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was a lot of times like a new car came out and like used some weird ass names from like other languages, and it was like, where this word even from? Actually, like the grandstone from last time for that prison wing. Like, why the fuck is it French and German or like something like that? It's like, yeah, because it was like French and German, and then when you translate it, it literally just means Jew. Yeah, and then we try to find like other words, but like we failed horribly. So it's like, oh, I guess we call Juju now. But yeah, we do have cases like that, and yeah, we said that Bandai's very good at referencing, but then like sometimes you get like some bullshits like this, like what? How do you even think about that?
Indeed. Because then now we have following basically Izanami and Izanagi's footstep. He is a cost 4 contractor with 2 symbols, which means he is the only Grand Walker that you'll ever need in your deck. Don't cheat, Ayumu. But anyway, so basically this from level 1 contract failed. Oh, actually it's okay. So it's following the new trend in which he doesn't have any level 2 any level 2 to speak of. So basically,
I mean, to be fair, in this case, it doesn't really need a level 2 anyway. So
yeah. Also, his deck is going to be centered around Rebirth anyway, so that's going to be his heal. So this Nexus and your machine or Aero Soldier spirits. Oh no, Nexuses cannot be destroyed.
So this Nexus and all your machine or Arrow family, Arrow Soldier family Nexuses cannot be destroyed by the opponents. Period. And also once per turn, when your effect return your cards or opposite cards to the deck, you can +2 counters. So we also have a very rare case where the counter gain is actually optional.
Yeah,
which is pretty interesting. Yeah,
because you might want that to save it for your Rebirth, basically.
I mean, not really, because it depends on how you play it. Because like if we look at like the new card from Morrigan, like the Rebirth condition is actually needing more counters rather than less. So it's like it depends on how they make it, but Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the case for Takeru, I don't know.
Mm-mm. And of course, he has a contract skill with 2 or more. You can retain all opposing cost 3 or lower cards from their trash to the bottom of the deck. After this effect activates, retain one opposing spirit. Retain one opposing spirit that has lower cost than your count to the bottom of the deck, or destroy it because it's blue. He's blue.
Yeah, he's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is very interesting. So like, we have a card that's. I mean, I suppose you can still place him like on like your first turn, but like it's just really weird to think about because like you kind of want to go second with it. So they're like, especially like against like other groundwalker decks, so that you want to bet on them milling like a cost 3 card when they place the groundwalker, so you can immediately use the contrast skill when you place Takeru down. But like, I mean, I suppose there's nothing wrong with just like placing the Nessus and do nothing. It's like it does look like
white.
Yeah,
Very white thing to do.
It does look like, you know, the counter add isn't exactly the most important. Actually, no, it's very interesting because like the contrast skill wants you to have high counters, but then like counter gain is optional. I think it makes it really interesting. Excuse me.
No problem. That's a bonus for you guys. Bruh. Bruh, indeed. But yeah. It's a little bit too bad that they limited the pounds to the trash pounds to cost 3 or lower. I would have really liked for it to be able to retain Siegfried. The one name that must not be named.
I mean, looking at the mechanic, I feel like, you know, there might be other effects that can return their cost to the bottom. You know, so like we'll see, cause like also like what is it? I feel like Bandai will also realize that C3 is kind of like a problem right now. So you know they might have something to deal with C3 in this deck. Plus, it kind of, you know, it kind of follows the theme as well. So you know, I don't think it would be surprising for them to do that.
Yeah.
And also because they have to sell.
Yeah.
The decks can't deal with Nyx. How are they gonna play it?
Exactly. So,
but I mean, to be fair, it's white in general anyway. If they summon it onto the field, just send it to the bottom with other effects.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, like if you can just, even if you can't return it to the bottom of the deck, since Siegfried is limited to once per turn, same name anyway. If you can kind of like just destroy it like once it touches the field, then it still kind of works out anyway.
Kinda, yeah. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, because we can.
Or like, you know, or like if you manage to reach 9 counters, then obviously you can just use the contrast skill to do that as well. But
yeah,
we'll have to see.
You'll have to see.
It reminds me, what kind of machine cards do we even have?
Machine.
Door key. Door. So it's gonna be start with T. There we go. Door key. How many machine cards do we even have? 79. To be fair, not a lot. And then, oh my god, yeah, it's all the like the useless ones. Wow, half of them are collab. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then like most of like the strong ones are like, okay, like Yggdrasil. Okay, so now it is technically a machine, but it doesn't work for the machines.
Oh yeah, it is a machine. Eh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, actually, the first one people think of is obviously Odin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Odin. Wait. Oh no, there is it. I was like, wait, I can't find the revival version. Does it not have that? No, it does have that. But like, I think it's kind of pointless. Yeah, I think it's kind of pointless though, because like obviously Takeru is already giving like the destruction protection, so you don't really need Odin to do that again. But then Odin's like cannot be affected by spirit and ultimate effects, so arguably you might wanna you want to prevent like symbol wipe or something like that, and then you want to play Odin, something like that. Or it can kind of handicap Gaia a little bit as well, because it says it's this spirit and both players and necessars cannot be affected by opposing spirit and ultimate effects. So it kind of cucks Gaia a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, is it really that important? I don't think so. And it has the attack effect. When attacked by sending the soul from the spirit to the trash. It's literally dumb Dylan Saga. By sending soul from the spirit to the trash during this turn, for each Nessus both player has, all your white spirits cannot be blocked.
So it's dumb Dyna.
It's literally dumb Dyna. I just realized. Yeah.
Nice.
It has an Odin 15 as well. Does it do anything?
Oh no, I think Odin 15 is for Frick, isn't it?
It's for Silver Whale, Silver Zero in general, yeah. But yeah, mainly for Freak, and nobody use it because they don't need it.
Yep.
I mean, I suppose at least the summon effect is kind of okay, because it's kind of also pay for itself as well, because it's 6-4, and then the summon effect is you can return offering. No, not you can. You have to return offering spirit ultimate at the bottom, and if you do, gain 2 calls to your Silver Zero's nest. Oh no, Silver Zero Nessus, so you cannot gain cost onto yourself.
No.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. Kind of crap. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Useless.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we were talking about what kind of machines there are, and I actually found this card that actually might be pretty good in Takeru. It's Odin type X.
Oh yeah.
Original one. So 6-4 on summon for each. If the opponent's hand has 6 cards or more, return 3 opposing spirits without tribute to the top of the deck.
Oh,
that actually sounds pretty damn good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then it has 6 color armor at level 3 as well. So. To be fair, this sounds half decent. I mean, even just for the summon effect, I might want to try to play that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's also a white-blue deck, both color ramps now.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I mean they still ram, but like a lot more right now. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like wow, we skipped like a generation. Like in the main set, the last card is the BS43, which is like the Revival Seek Freedom, which doesn't help machine at all.
Yes.
And like the next card is in 54. Wow. And then like most of these cards are just like helping the Silver Zero family, so they're like kind of like completely useless for Takeru. I mean they do add counters, so it depends on how you want to use them, I guess. But yeah, I think most of them are like useless. And then we go on to like BSC something. Oh my god, look at all those vanilla cards. There's absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Which if they do bring it back, that will be kind of like emotional, because like stuff like Berserker Gun, Berserker Magnums are like stuff that are like kind of memorable from like the early battle spirits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Berserker. And then
I guess so, yeah.
And then what else? Fender Cannon Mark II. Yes.
Fenrir. I don't think Fenrir Cannon is machine.
Is it machine piece?
I think it's machine piece.
Yeah.
But you got Baby Loki. That's a funny card. Who the heck designed that card? Like, I mean, I honestly, all the first generation cards that have such a weird ass design, but it's so funny.
No, right? It kind of works because it does feel like a design that is there because it's battle spirits.
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, if you want some big ass symbols, you got the evil deity Big Loki LT.
Oh,
6-6 rainbow reductions, no effects, 2 symbols. There we go.
You know the fun thing is, we tried to play a sealed match, so because Amamiya has opened his PSD 40 Yeah, basically the revolving dream one, the one with the one from the Topabashin. He has already opened that, so basically we just split that into 2 piles, and then okay, so we'll just make a deck with what is in our piles, and then basically we just pick extras at random to kind of like supply the deck, and then basically one turn he just okay, I'll just summon my whole hand, and then like here comes the big Loki. I didn't die because of the big Loki, of course, thankfully. I think I destroyed his big Loki, and it's like, no, don't destroy my big Loki, no, my big Loki, but he's big and he's too simple.
And oh my god, yeah, there's this really funny card that you can use, but like, it just destroys yourself as well, which is like Jeton from Shin Ultraman.
Oh, right.
It costs 20, but you cannot summon you cannot hard summon it. It does have 30 KBP at level 1. Only level 1 though. It literally only has 1 level. And then oh my god, the effects is goddamn funny. This card cannot be summoned except by its own effect. And then it has a mirage, so it says when you set this card, you put 4 cores from the void to beside your deck, and those cores cannot be used by this card's effect. And it has a mirage effect. At the start of during your start step, you send 1 core from beside your deck to the void. When it becomes 0, destroys all spirits Nessuses and Groundwalker Nessuses on both sides of the table. And their effects cannot activate. This effect cannot be prevented by both players. When you've done so, summon this mirage without paying the cost. And the level 1 is simply this spirit is unaffected by any opposing effects with 2 symbols. It's a
machine, right?
It's a machine and an Astral Dragon for whatever fucking reason, because like the original Seton is like
Seton is an Astral Dragon,
yeah, but like, it's really funny how it's a blue machine, and then it has none of the blue families. It's a red family and a white family. So
Oh, let's be doing that, like doing that to you.
Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah. But like in terms of like the useful machine cards, it's like I would say that probably that if you really want to grab like something old, probably like the best one is like Odin type X. 6 cards in hand. It's not that hard to do nowadays. Especially like if you're playing white, you might. I mean, depends on what Takeru you have. You know, they probably have effects that bounce them to hand as well. You know, so you can just like bounce them to hand. Oh, 6 cards more. Summon Odin type X. 3 of your spirits back to the deck top.
Yeah.
And then you get 2 counters.
Yeah.
Yes, which is like, I don't know. It actually does sounds pretty decent to me. And then I suppose if you want to go Unga Bunga, there's always big Logi LT.
Just go Unga Bunga. Yeah, we're going
actually,
to.
does he charge Braves? No,
no. It's just Rebirth Nexus.
Because actually, most of the machines are Braves.
Well,
half of them anyway.
Yeah, it's from the Hibiki, isn't it?
If I'm no, not just Hibiki, but like, even the main set. Like a lot of them are actually Braves, especially the old ones. But in terms of collab, you got the Hibiki ones. You got Tridolon, which is from
Drive, yeah.
You got Garuda, which is for Mecha Godzilla, and you got 3 white Braves for what's the name? Gotchard, Kamen Rider Gotchard.
Yeah, the Kami.
Yeah, the Kami, yeah. Yeah, just like some weird ass cards in general.
I see.
Oh, so just another Hawkland attacking me again.
Like by the end of this episode, people will.
Oh my god, his mom is here. Oh god.
By the end of the episode, people will start to think that I am actually like hitting you in real life, and then because you are in such an abusive relationship for so long, just cope with like, okay, now I'm playing Minecraft inside my head right now. And it's the Hoglin hitting me, not my friend. So we have the promised new rebirth conditions from Parallel, which is which is the first ever refilled Prism Wing Spirit. When your counters at 4 or more, when spirit attacks or removed from the field, which is basically the bread and butter of rebirth usually, you can flip it, and then when it attacks, you gain 1 counter, and you also do 1 core charge at level 2 and 3. If you have a Morrigan, during this turn, all opposing Nexus and Grandwalker Nexus loses their effects. So yeah, fuck you, Nyx. But anyway, Secret will still fuck her up, so that's another topic for another matter. So when she rebirths, you open the top 5 card of your deck, and then you can use the flash effect of one of your Prism Wing magic without paying the cost right away. The rest goes to the bottom of your deck, and then during your attack step at level 2 or 3, after your magic resolves, return 1 opposing spirit or ultimate that is level 1 or 3 to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so this is if this is going to be a big part of the Prism Wing, that's going to be kind of awkward, because the deck kind of wants you to have at least 2 spirits, but now you have Prism Wing magics as well. So depending on how many Prism Wing magic there is, or if actually like they do focus on like the spirit that is also a magic, that might be the soft.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that will be a soft spot compromise. Yeah, I guess that kind of concept wise, I think that kind of works. That's basically then, because we now have like magic that after they are played, you can just pay 1 cost summon the spirit. So basically that kind of works with how Morrigan wants to play. So basically you...
True, that also means you don't have to hard summon like all the big spirits.
So this Parallel is probably...
That would actually make sense, yeah.
Parallel is probably one of the only one that you have to hard summon. And yeah, I guess if that's how the deck works, that can actually kind of works. Otherwise, it's going to be another awkward deck in which like, okay, so we want lots of spirits, but you have to bring these 5 magics.
Yeah.
How are you going to fit that in a framework of 40 card deck in a game that will last at most 20 minutes?
To be fair though, I can see Bandai just ruin the deck like that.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of worrying. But yeah,
true.
And also at 7 costs, Parallel will probably not see that much play. I mean, it's a kind of an extender with 7 costs, so it's kind of... And you kind of have to do the rebirth as well, so we'll have to see. I really like her design though.
She's just a sadist priest.
Just like when she finally took arms.
To be fair, 7 -4 isn't the worst.
Oh yeah, it's -4, not minus.
And also like the rebirth condition is when your spirits attack, so you don't even have to attack with her.
Oh, okay. I misread that there.
Yeah, or when she leaves the field by opposing effect. So actually, her flip condition is really easy. Kind of. And then because the Morrigan plays with cost, all costs have to flip her and then like give her like a massive 10 cost. 24k BP, Jesus fucking Christ.
Which is kind of rare in yellow, by the way, which is why we are kind of impressed.
It is extremely rare. I mean, to be fair, anything that's like over 20k, it's just like pretty rare in general. Obviously, like ignoring like like the OC BP and like overcount BP and like all of those stuff. But like, just in general, it's like 20k BP or more is like pretty rare, I think. Actually, can the Japanese wiki filter that? Let's
think
see.
So. Yeah, I remember they have like a equal to or more than equal to.
It had it separates the BP. Oh,
Yeah.
this is very specific.
What
the hell? Oh, actually, I'm gonna do it the opposite. Yeah, so I do like look at level 3 because it separates in like each level, so you kind of just get like an overall BP.
I see.
Yeah. Actually, but even actually, you know what? I'll take back my words. You know, even at level 3 with 20k BP or more, guess how many cards we have?
How many?
296.
Jesus Christ. What have this game become? Although to be fair, that's kind of like only like how many? It's like only like
Yeah, I mean that's like
2.5%, I think.
How many? I think we have like 15k cards right now.
If it's in K cards, okay, then that's like basically 1% plus something.
It's like no.
It's a 1.3
it's like,
to 1.4%.
Let's try it out. Divided by 296. No, why did I put?
Oh, 296, and it's one. It's one.
Wait, actually no, no. It's the other way around. I'm so dumb. 296 divided by 15k. My
It's
math is
2%.
dumb.
Yeah, it's 2%.
It's that
2% ish. So it's 1.9 something.
Yeah. It's so it's not. Okay, on hindsight, it's not too much, but
also that includes Spirit and Nexus and Magic that doesn't have PP. So
I only filter 2 spirits.
So we have 15,000 spirits right now.
Oh well, right, no, no. Sorry, yeah, okay, I get what you mean now. No, 15k cards in general.
Okay.
I think so. Let me see. Did I update it? Oh no, not 15k. I'll say so. In terms of card numbers, as in like divided by set codes, we have. I think it includes like the just reveal ones as well, because I also like because like the Battle Spirits wiki is more like recording how many cards are recorded on their site rather than in the actual game. So this includes unreleased cards. So they have like 14,099 cards.
Okay.
And then in terms of card names, we have 13,250 cards.
Yes. That is a lot of cards.
Yeah, and then in terms of spirits with 20k BP or more at level 4, we still have 44 of them. Damn. That's such a crazy. What the hell?
I know, right?
And I only realized now how many cards can just like casually get to 30k, and I didn't even realize that. Like even Diva has one actually. Which is like the Sengoku Mizuno. I don't know her full name, but like yeah, she can reach 30k with 8 calls.
Jesus.
And then what else do we have? Oh yeah. Oh wait. Okay, no. What is it? Oh yeah, and then like one of these cards, I never realized because I kind of play him before, but then like I can't remember that it actually has something like this. So it's a chaotic Chimera gun.
Oh yeah.
And it has 30k BP at level 4, but you need 13 cores.
Jesus.
So obviously everyone ignores that because like who the fuck gonna put 13 cores on it? But I think the most there's another one which is like Exorcist himself. This one I kind of remembers, but it needs 12 cores at level 4 for 35k.
Yes. And I think they achieve it with the Light Demon God, which basically brings the spirits to their highest level. Or something.
I think so. I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, and anyway, the original BP doesn't really matter because the Light Demon God gives them the BP of every other God King that is not attacking anyway. So like their power is like stupidly big and doesn't really matter anymore at that point. It's just there to kind of like, okay, access it, go and punch that guy.
Basically, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And I think like they even then they still do like the bullshit in which okay, so now if I play this card I could have ended your turn and I would win, and then the antagonist says, no, I don't want to hurt my friends. The final boss spirit has an effect that ultimate has an effect that activates when I discard my hand, so I'm going to activate that and discarding this card that could have got me the game. Wow. Absolute
Oh yeah,
cinema.
double drive. Oh
Absolute
god.
cinema. Absolute cinema, man.
No, you have you seen that meme with like it's Oshinoko from Ayane,
Uh-uh.
and then like she was just like crying, and then like they edited the dialogue. This shit is so
Oh
ass.
yeah.
Oh, that was literally me. You know, I went through my way to find the double drive episode. I still didn't watch all of them actually. I couldn't
Yeah.
find them, but I managed to find the last episode, and it's like
Mm-mm.
that's it. That's how you end it.
Mm-mm.
This shit is so ass, bro.
Really have to do that. I watch all the Battle Spirits anime episodes, so you don't have to.
Basically, yeah.
Uh,
Oh my god, you remember Hotcha, the diva Hotcha?
oh fuck, I forgot.
She's like the very first diva in the lore
Mm-mm.
because she's the one who started the whole thing.
Ah.
She has 20k BP at level 3
Mm-mm.
for 17 calls.
Oh yeah, I just loaded it up.
Oh god. Oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with Bandai?
Just out of nowhere, level 1 5k, 10k, 20k. I guess they just wanted to be just want them to double it and give it to the next person. They predicted the trend actually.
I can so but like here's one card it's not like 20k BP, but like it has a really funny stats. It's like a vanilla card, but I can never forget it because I dread it whenever I pull it back when I was in middle school. Because like it's literally a waste of paper. So it's a cost 0 green spirit. It needs 1 call for 2000 BP. And then it only has 2 levels. The next level is 4000 BP for 8 cores. A fucking chicken needing 8 cores for 4000 BP. I like, you know, I mean, when I got more into the game, like I understood why they would do that, but then like even then, it's a very ridiculous reason. But like basically, it's because I mean, again, just my speculations. I'm not sure if this is actually what they were thinking, but I think this is what they were thinking. So back in the days, no spirits had only 1 level. You know, it has to be at least 2. But they want to release this cost 0 green card, which is like apparently pretty good to them because it has 2000 BP at level 1, which is actually when I look at the stats, it's actually pretty rare for green.
I see.
For like cost 0 green specifically. No, but then they were like, but okay, so we want people to use this card for the level 1 stat, but we cannot only give it 1 level. We have to give it a level 2. So let's give it a level 2 with a ridiculously hard condition to reach. Just so people only play for the level 1 BP.
I see.
I think that was the reasoning. But like that's like one of the most funny cards I've ever seen, and also one of the most stupid card I've ever seen. Oh my god, freaking Bandai, man! Like it actually took them so long to actually get used to only giving 1 level to spirits. And then like I remember this one card, which is like it was back in Burning Soul, and it was like one of the yokai cards. And I think it was like cost 8 with 2 symbols. And it's a vanilla card with only 1 level. And it has 20k BP at level 1.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just a huge ass beat stick. I mean, to be fair, if it's like the yokai back in the days, I'll give them that one. Because like, in some cases it might actually be good. Because obviously when yokai was first released, they were played as like spirit cards treated as magic cards by Ikusa. What's his actual name again? Kashaneko, there we go. Yeah. And then I saw like and then with Kashaneko, it has the effect of like all your yokai in your hand are also treated as magic cards. With the effects, target an opposing spirit, and during this turn, that spirit cannot attack or block. So it's actually pretty damn good, to be fair. I mean, for like those days, but like during that time, Ultimates were a thing. Purple white rush was still a thing. This card cannot target Ultimates, so the deck was pretty shit. But but like you can imagine if it works, then what it means you can just let it randomly. Actually, yeah, because I also has the level 2 effect where you can summon them after you use them. Yeah. So like basically you can just like keep rushing and then you just throw out this random double symbol 20k BP spirit. So like you know what I'll give them that. I can kind of see the uses there. So but yeah, but like, in general, like vanilla cards are still like really bad. I think like the best vanilla cards are all like yokai. Because like obviously you got like the lantern ghost. Just like cost 0 with like some of the best stats ever. Like, what do you mean? It's a cost 0 with 3 cost for 6,000 BP, and it's a World's Walker as well, so you can search it with the Ghost Seekers. Like, and because it's a cost 0, which means like with Jukuyomi, you can just like summon it while you're summoning everything else. Because like obviously Jukuyomi is like summoning with like a combined cost of 4, but it's 0. So you can just like slap 3 copies of them out from the trash.
Yay! Indeed. It is indeed the ghost. The lantern ghost.
The lantern ghost.
Ah yes, the good old days. So we'll have to see how the Prism Wing will play out. Meanwhile, we do have a Homura Wolf, which is returning to our conversations earlier, destroying at 10,000 BP or lower when it is summoned. Then you draw 1 card. But those two are unrelated optional effects. After that, if you pay the cost with a soul core, you can summon 1 brave card from your hand without paying the cost. So that's probably going to be for Ash Lion. And then during the attack step, once per turn, when your spirit or ultimate destroys opposing spirit, draw 2 cards. You can draw 2 cards. Ooh. Ooh, actually not too shabby. Yeah.
Actually, I just realized it can summon any rap race without paying the cost.
Oh yeah.
Let's try to abuse this shit.
Yeah. We can bring the now popular the Apollo Blade and Strike Sword.
No, that one you have to pay at least 1 cost.
Ah fuck. Okay.
Yeah. They knew what you tried to do. So no. Damn it.
Yeah, damn.
Actually, in terms of rap race, a lot of them pretty suck.
True.
I mean,
yeah.
I suppose you can try to summon like Regenesis, which is like a double symbol brave. But then like Cease Glory might still be easier to do. To be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, depends on how you see it, because Regenesis also has a condition, but the condition is banishing 1 spirit card from your hand. But you can still summon it without paying the cost. So that's an option, I guess.
Although we all know when we talk about Red Braves, my favorite will always be True Flame Demon God. Because why not?
I mean, true, yeah. Actually, what does Homura charge? It's just Red Braves. I actually don't know.
Yeah, I had him open earlier. Let's open him again. Where are you, Toshi?
Okay. It's any brave.
Oh.
It's not even limited to color, just any brave.
Oh.
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 Oh, that changes things quite a bit.
Yeah. I wonder when Machine Dragon is going to come back in the game. But then again, yeah, that's always the two side of the argument, right? Because I have Machine Dragon, I kind of want Machine Dragon to be viable. But then if it's actually viable, then when I am playing other decks, then I have to worry about Machine Dragon, and that is not fun. Yeah, I guess we are we at the end of the cards actually? No, we still actually have one card that's stuck in behind, but yeah, basically to celebrate Rebirth of Legends. As usual, you can fill in their survey especially if you buy them, but even if you don't, just fill whatever and then you will get the PDF to print this playmat. I think it's pretty intuitive. I think in the end, I think I still have to do some custom thingy. As like the size of the playmat is basically a little bit smaller.
It's always the small size. Yeah.
But yeah, the place where I print them from, like usually they do allow you to kind of like specify how big you want the playmats to be. So you just have to adjust it a little bit and then you can print them right away. Would have preferred if they just skip like the Shin Chronos and the Ameto Rifune. But yeah, that's a personal opinion. I would have liked the playmat to have just Ardana Rishwara and Fremia.
True.
Yeah.
Oh my god, have you seen that? You know, I'm not gonna talk about this on stream.
Okay,
It's just me being a guy.
Very well. Very well. Very well. And the last one is, of course, we have the Sokai Myo 10, which now, during your attack step, it has an extra effect to protect your Soul Purse from the opposing effects when your Lotus Monarch or Myo or Wisdom King is attacking. And then changing a little bit of the level 2 effect into a True Catalyst. So basically, when this spirit has a soul core, you can activate your soul purse with right away. After that effect resolves by sending your soul core on this spirit to the trash. By sending your soul core to the trash, which if you want to use this effect, you kind of have to have the soul core on this spirit anyway. And when you do by sending it to the trash, you send
brave. It means you can move the soul core.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, anything that
okay. Yeah. I forgot about that. But yeah, basically
specifies.
Yeah. Basically, after this effect activates, if this card is still at level 2, you can sell your soul core to the trash. Send up as many as possible, up to 7 cards from the opposing deck to the trash. Well, not send, discard. It's that's a different wording. I almost forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, the card doesn't really change aside from the cost, I suppose. Like even the stats is pretty much the same, isn't it?
The card never had catalyst in it before.
Yeah, that's also that.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know. I feel like kind of the adding the catalyst kind of like is also at the same time it's an improvement, but also like okay, now in order to just mill 14, you kind of have to have the soul burst as well. Kind of thing. I don't know if that's going to be a problem.
I mean, that makes sense because you don't just want 6 Wisdom Kings in the deck, do you?
I know. Yeah, that's also the problem. I know that they cannot really improve on the perfection, but like, yeah.
And then also you can activate any soul burst, so it's not that hard to do. To be fair, let's be honest.
True.
Now I'm wondering, because oh my god, there might be a really funny interaction, but I'm trying to look if there's anything that can actually do that. I don't think so. Yeah. But I imagine if you have if the soul burst card is something that's you gotta send your soul core to trash to activate something,
Mm-mm.
and then in the process burning the opponent's one life,
Mm-mm.
and then you can flip the blue well to take
Mm-mm.
the soul core back. And then after all the effects are done, you can then send the soul core to trash to mill 7.
Oh,
But I don't think there are any effects like that actually. It would be really funny if you can do that though.
Mm-mm. Jesus, that will be interesting indeed. Like the last time I did that is with Adana Rishwara, and it was not fun. I literally felt like a dementia patient by the end of that, because like we literally, like the both of us like literally did not understand what just happened, and yeah, a lot of things, too many things happen at once. But then anyway, yeah, also like, I mean, like, basically to resolve the soul core sending, it also has to stay at level 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put 5 goals on him. It's not that hard.
Fair enough. Also, it's blue. You do have like some effects that treat your spirit as its highest level. So even if it only has like 2 or 3 cores, it will still be able to use its effect afterwards. And I think like some of the soul bursts actually like raise the level of specifically your Wisdom King and Lotus Monarch anyway, isn't it? Well, even if they don't have them, yeah, you can think of something. And that's how you must say it.
Oh wait, no, you can. Oh my god, you can actually do this. So it's not with Blue World, but like with like Purple World for whatever reason.
Okay.
But like you remember Flame Slash, I mean, to be fair, also just like any magic cards in general, because like you gotta be paying the cost anyway.
Okay.
But like but like is there any? I don't think there's any magic cards that actually burns life directly. You probably like need some other effects or something like that. But like oh my god! But like, let's say you're somehow playing like a purple blue mix or something like that. You got like Fooling Kasan, which is like the flash effects is like if you pay with the soul core, destroy and all those things, exhaust the spirit ultimate, which is actually really good, damn good. It was a really good card back in the days as well. And so like you can destroy that, flip purple world, take back the soul core, and then you can activate Wisdom King Meal 7 Lamau.
Oh my god. I think like I have like a pretty complicated scenario in my head, but it's kind of like complicated just for the sake of being complicated. So basically what could happen is if you play it with instead of like a zone engine, you play it with a Gekiha engine.
Bro.
And then you have a Grand Warden in your open zone. So basically you attack with Wisdom King, you activate what was that? You know that guy, that War Dragon guy, the Z2 Dragon? That basically when your opponent has no spirit, you burn 1 life.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So you do that, you burn 1 life, and then your opponent plays let's say a Burst Flame from their hand as a reaction to destroy your Wisdom King, and then you use the manifest of Grand Warden to negate that magic, and then now your blue world can flip, and then now you can use the blue sis with the Wisdom King's effect to send the soul core to the trash to discard 7.
Lamau.
Like this situation does not need to happen. Like why the fuck you have that much things happening at once? Like at that point, like if you can afford that, like you could have won the game already, I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But hey, that's why it doesn't specify that you gotta send the soul core from it. So you can do stupid shits like this.
If that actually happens on camera, what is our bet then? But I want to say, if we actually got that on camera, like just for fun. Yeah, I don't know. I will do something. I will do something a little bit out of the way. I guess I can't think of any right now. I think my hit fever is starting to get into my head. So yeah, now that we have caught up with everything, I guess it's time to go back to bed, lie down, questions our life decisions as usual. why are we playing this game with the 15,000 cards? And yeah, I mean, like, now every other games are like that anyway. And yeah, I feel like, you know what, again from this guy, this just face guy, like, I think he once mentioned that when people like started to play MMORPG, kind of wanted to immerse themselves to lots of things, right? Either the combat or the PvP or like the lores and everything. And
why are we suddenly talking about this?
No, because basically what he mentioned is like all these things are something that can be best offered by a game that has been established for a really long time, and it has time to cook. Basically, it has a large enough community. It has like 10 years worth of lore and so on and so on. And I think that kind of to some extent kind of like works the same with TCG as well. Because now if you play a new game, like I think the kind of also like the quote unquote not fun part is okay. So this set just came out. This game has 3 sets in total. And then you explore like one of these decks. And then maybe you can explore like 50 other decks. That is maybe only 10 or 20 of them are viable anyway. But like at least you have 50 or 60. But to some extent, like the game can be explored collectively by the internet pretty much in an instant. So the magic is kind of lost, I guess, compared to like if the game has way like that, like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Magic Gathering, like you have like 10 20 years of lore and mechanics that like obscure mechanics that you never would have seen if you just play like the game with the new cards. And that's something that you can appreciate. And also that one monkey enchantment from Magic Gathering that basically you can tap it, inflict 1 damage to your opponent. If your opponent did not say this one specific thing that is really, really, really embarrassing, it will untap itself. So you can keep on doing that until your opponent say that magic sentence, and then they will be desensitized, and then it's basically just tap one, damage 1. But yeah, that was a fun part of the game. MTG actually shines actually like Magic Gathering when they do like the unhinged set, in which like the effects just doesn't work like how it is supposed to be in the game. I think like those sets have different borders, so you cannot mix it with the normal cards, but they are actually unhinged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know if the parallel is really that much, because of course, like if you want to talk about community, then of course like people always flock to like the newest hottest thing in the town. Especially like the people who, I mean, like I think like with TCG in the end, like the one that stays in the card game itself are going to be like the core users, people who are really invested in the lore, people who are like, okay, so people who are like, okay, so I have like spent maybe people who with the sunk cost fallacy basically, and also like people who are like already invested too much time into it anyway. They have like the support networks, quote unquote, like everyone in their locals only play that game, so it's not really that easy to play into a new game. But like if you live in a larger city, then of course like it's way easier to kind of like play the newest stuff, because okay, now you are busy with work, you have only 1 day free. It's not always the day where the Magic Gathering is available. You come, there's only people playing Lorcana. Fine, I'll check that. You kind of have to check it out if you kind of wanted to have make this kind of your lifestyle, isn't it?
And I don't know. I suppose like in general, if you're only chasing meta, like there are only like so much fun that you can do. Like you can experience like, because like you eventually you're just gonna get bored of it, I think. I mean, honestly, that's kind of how I'm feeling with Pokemon right now. Just just like this week anyway, because I think that my social battery is like extremely low. I don't think I am going to the Pokemon Locals tomorrow. I don't know why. Like, I'm suddenly thinking while you're speaking, it's like, oh, do I want to go to Pokemon Locals tomorrow? And I don't think I will.
Probably time to
Because,
take a
like,
break. Yeah,
it's time.
just take a random bus and took like one loop. Kind of wanted to do that. Just chill. Like listening to like relaxing music. Take like the RE like from one end to the other end. Kind of wanted to do that. Don't know why I wanted to do that to myself, but yeah, apparently that's something that I want to do. Also, what else? Yeah, I guess like I mean, yeah, that's also like then when you wanted to get out of the meta, also like with a pretty young game, yeah, you kind of found this one weird stuff, and then you find out that turns out 100 other people found out about that weird stuff, which is not supposed to be a problem, but yeah, with newer games, people who are not, yeah, it's always when you want to join a community, there will always be that people who are like, nah, I found that first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I think like it's more pronounced in like in newer games because then when you are tired with the meta, then the amount of cards that you can explore is kind of like limited as well. So like then you kind of find this one obscure stuff, but like that one obscure stuff isn't that obscure yet. So like there will be like more people who are like, it's not that obscure. I found that first. But yeah. And I win games with it, so it's definitely not obscure hoarder. Well, I mean, obscure doesn't always means weak. That's why we are fascinated with obscure text. So like, yeah. That's in the end it depends on how you want to have fun, but I guess that's kind of like discussion that we can kind of have, right? So like if you guys have any opinion on that, do leave them in the comments below. But as usual, if you guys have any questions, comments, or requests, do feel free to send it to us to our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com or by commenting down below. Yeah, I guess that means also my logical battery has run out. I can be social, but my words will slur and my English will be way less than impeccable because I just also sent some job applications to Dutch company, so I can have to use English, and I just realized how much I've taken English for granted, and then now I have to write with professional English again after 6 years, and then now okay, how did I write messages to my boss? Alright, he's a Korean, so he didn't really care. Anyway, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We will be back with this kind of card review in 2 weeks. So next week we are going to talk more, less as a tangent and more as the main topic of our daily lives and our other exploits in other games probably. So I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next turn. Bye bye.
Bye.